Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to Veterans Stadium. Final game of this three-game series, the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. Jay, the Cardinals have lost 2 straight. Is this a must game for them this afternoon?
Well, I would think so. Cardinals 6 games behind. They really can't afford to lose this game. They've got a pitcher on the mound in Donovan Osborne today that works very quick, which is good in this heat, and they really need a well-pitched game from this left-hander. After the last 2 games, we go back to the first game where we talked about that play by Ozzie Smith where it should have been a double play. Ball took a funny hop. Phillies ended up getting a couple runs. Cardinals come out last night's game. They get 4 runs in the first inning. Phillies could have really kind of put their dauber down, but they fought back. And now really the Phillies are in the driver's seat. Oh, what the Phillies need to do today is just go out and play regular heads-up baseball and execute on defense as they have done in the last 2 games.
Well, the Phillies have had a high-powered offense these last couple of games. Lineup changes for both teams. And we'll be back with those lineups right after this.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. By Texaco, save up to $5 by joining Texaco's Frequent Fueler Club. Visit your local participating Texaco location for all the details. Texaco, star of the American road. By Coca-Cola, Phillies baseball and Coca-Cola, always a hit, always Coca-Cola. By Cento Fine Italian Food, the company that says trust your family with our family. By Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by Independence Blue Cross Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
Oh, really?
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
Yeah, you're right, Judd. There's no beach traffic.
Easy. I want out. There's a Coke machine.
Man, I'm so hot.
You certainly are.
Hot as in sweaty.
Hey, so crank on the AC.
Air conditioning is for the weak, like yourself.
I'm sticking to the seat, like yourself.
That
Please
dog is
don't.
moving faster than we are.
All you guys ever do is complain.
Your shoes are pretty.
Could someone please fan me?
No.
Coca-Cola, anyone?
Yay!
Thank
That's
you,
nice.
Alan, for serving a purpose in my life for the first time.
Like
You're
a
very
quality
welcome.
time together.
It's Saturday. I'm not gonna mow the lawn. I'll hire him to mow the lawn and paint the garage. No, the garage. I'm dreaming big. With Super 7, I'll buy a car. No, cars. Meet exotic people. Not him. Her. I'll be in the money. Moolah. Saturday. Super 7. If I can dream it, I can win it.
Here's your Sherwin-Williams starting lineup today for the Cardinals. Bernard Gilkey in left field, Ozzie Smith the shortstop, Ray Langford in center, Todd Zeile at third base, Brian Jordan in right, Gerald Perry the first baseman, Luis Alicea at second, Tom Pagnozzi catches, Donovan Osborne the starter.
And for the defense on the Phillies side, Holland, Stocker, Duncan, and Kruk on the infield, Incaviglia, Dykstra, Chamberlain in the outfield. Pratt giving Dalton the rest, and Schilling is on the mound.
Here's Kurt, 6'4", 215 pounds, 26 years of age, coming off a strong outing in San Francisco, and here he goes to Bernard Gilkey, and the first pitch is a breaking ball for a strike called. Terry Tate, the home plate umpire. 86 degrees at game time on a hot, sticky afternoon at the Vet with a decent breeze blowing.
Oh, it's a cool 86.
Inside, Gilkey, Smith, Langford to face Schilling. Schilling against the Cardinals this year is 0-1 in 2 games started. There's Donovan Osborne on his way in. Had a no decision here at the Vet on May the 9th. 7 innings in that one. That's a game Mariano Duncan won with a grand slam. Then he lost 14-4 on July 1st at St. Louis. Probably the worst game he's ever had in his major league career. 2-1 to Gilkey. Ground ball to short. Kevin Stocker back in the lineup today. Up and over to first. Got him one away.
Well, that's a nice start for Stocker right off the bat, getting one out of the chute. It's nice to see him back at short.
And here are the umpires for the ball game. The crew chief and veteran Terry Tato behind the plate. Greg Bonin at first. Eric Gregg at second. And Wally Bell, the rookie umpire, at third base. Bringing up the wizard, Ozzie Smith. Ozzie struck out 4 times in this series, which is a couple months' work for him the way he's been going. Mentioned that game that Schilling pitched in St. Louis. Here's his line. 2 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 7 earned runs, a walk, and no strikeouts. That was in a day game. And he'll frankly admit he was embarrassed that day by his performance. Beaten foul first base side. That game was 14-0 before the Phillies could blink. They were down by 2 touchdowns.
That's when you need a good field goal kicker.
Well, they never recovered, obviously, and they lost 3 out of 4 to the Cardinals in that series. Ozzie fouls another one off left side, out of play.
Well, the Cardinals are receiving some of the Phillies' vengeance here in the first 2 games. Let's see if the Phillies can continue it.
Phillies have been red hot offensively in this series. Todd Pratt catching Schilling for the 3rd straight time. Slaps it to Hollins on a big hop. Dave, a strong throw to first. Got him 2 up and 2 down here in the first inning for St. Louis. That'll bring up Ray Lankford, the center fielder, batting 3rd today. And you notice Greg Jeffries is not in the lineup, and neither is Mark Whitten. Jeffries still bothered by a bad back. Whitten, from what we found out, is really just the odd man out today, as they have 4 outfielders. You can play 3, so one of them sits, and they try to vary it.
Wow. Getting him out of the lineup is a power that he's got.
Especially left-handed. Because he looks, you know, like he's a little more dangerous left-handed.
I mean,
Good fastball from Schilling.
If you go down the lineup, really, he's the only predominant bona fide home run hitter they got. And especially on a day game here, you know the ball's going to carry.
Gilkey with 9, Zeal with 8, Whitten with 16. Tried to check, couldn't. Schilling, that strong outing in San Francisco, 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. The only run off him, Bonds' leadoff homer in the 9th to tie it. Phillies finally won that game 2-1 in 14 innings. But Schilling has had 2 very strong outings his last 2 times out against San Diego and the Giants. Here's the 0-2 to Lankford. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. What a difference between the first inning of this one and the last time Schilling saw the Cardinals. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. Phil's coming to bat.
They got to talk about.
Can Texaco System 3 gasolines help make a difference in performance?
System 3 performs in a car the way I perform in a car.
With System 3, anybody can perform like Mario Andretti, but not in my county.
Every grade of Texaco System 3 performs in cars both new and old.
They do? Well, no wonder we're getting the horsepower we should be getting. Isn't that right, Auntie?
Count on System 3 for performance in your car.
Dad, can you drive like Mario Andretti?
We know how to help you save during the Dodge 93 model clearance. Check out the lowest priced 6-passenger car out there, Dodge Spirit, with air and no extra charge, to keep your family happy. For a total of over $2,500 in savings. A great value at around $12,100.
Is this correct?
Absolutely. The factory authorized 93 model clearance. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Hey, Dad, how about some money for the movies?
Sure, kid.
The frosty mug taste of A&W root beer. It really brings back memories.
A quarter?
Get some popcorn, too.
A&W, our frosty mug taste brings you back.
Let's check your Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for the Phillies as we have that lovely blimp shot. We'll talk about that later. Lenny Dykstra in center. Mariano Duncan, a red-hot hitter at second. John Kruk at first. Dave Hollins, a third baseman. Pete Incaviglia plays left field. Wes Chamberlain in right. Todd Pratt, the catcher. Kevin Stocker, you saw him. He's back in the lineup. And on the mound, off to a good start in the first inning. Curt Schilling, the Phil's pitcher.
And for Joe Torre's Redbirds on the defensive side, Zeal, Smith, Alexea, and Perry on the infield. Gilkey, Lankford, and Jordan in the outfield. Pagnazzi back behind the plate, and Donovan Osborne, the left-hander, on the mound.
He's a big guy, 6'2", 195-pounder, 24 years of age, out of Roseville, California. A #1 pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. In June of 1990, he was the 13th pick overall in the June draft of that year. See the numbers on him. He had a 6-game winning streak snapped in his last start at Colorado when he lost 9-8. Went just 3 innings, 7 hits, gave up 7 runs, 6 of them earned, a walk and a strikeout. And speaking about red hot the weather, there are a few players in baseball hotter than this guy. Lenny Dykstra with a 9-game hitting streak, batting .432 in that streak. He is leading the league and making the majors in runs with 96, second in the league in doubles with 29, second in walks 85, tied for the league lead in hits with Greg Jeffries not playing today, and he takes strike 1 call. And you see Lenny atop the run leaderboard.
Well, way ahead of those other guys, isn't he?
3 more last night. Osborne with a fastball for a strike. Osborne has good stuff. Fastball, breaking ball, changeup. He's 1-0 against the Phillies this year, beating Tommy Green 9-3 on June 30th at St. Louis. And lifetime against the Phils, the left-handers 3-2 in 6 games. 0-2 on Dykstra. Beaten foul first base side.
Osborne wants to keep the ball in on Dykstra. Dykstra's been getting a lot of pitches out over the plate. He's been able to go the other way with them, and then if he desires, he turns on a pitch that doesn't get quite too far inside. So with the little open stance that Lenny Dykstra has, Osborne wants to run that fastball in under the hands.
Pops this one foul. This is coming right back at us, and it will go into the crowd.
And as you said, he's got a big breaking curveball. Well, he wants to keep that one away from him. That curveball was kind of up in the strike zone. It looked like he hung it and got away with it.
The outfield is very wet today. It rained overnight, some showers here in South Philadelphia, so the ball will scoot on the turf in the outfield. The infield was covered, and that is dry except for a couple little wet spots. The 0-2 pitch to Lenny, almost hit it way inside. Dykstra lifetime against Osborne, 4 for 11 with 2 RBIs, a .364 clip. Comes inside again, and he will pitch hitters inside. In fact, that's something the Cardinals have been talking about, that they need to do a little bit more. There you see from our blimp shot the wet outfield. That is the Gulf Airship who is sending us these shots, piloted by Peter Buckley. 197 feet long that baby is, powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Continental engines. And Lenny Dykstra, the persistent one, 0-2, is now 3-2, and there's the blimp.
Do they rent it out? I mean, you know, can we like limo it, you know, maybe to Atlantic City or something, you know? Yeah, let's just take the blimp on down to the shore.
We're going to have that baby around all weekend from what we understand for those great shots. Can't wait to see some night game shots. 3-2 to Lenny. Hard ground ball past Gerald Perry and into right field, a base hit. Gerald Perry's not much of a first baseman defensively. He's in there for his offense, and he didn't get to a ball that a lot of other people will, and the Phillies have their leadoff man on.
We talked about how Osborne wants to come inside. Look where this pitch is. It's a breaking ball that he tried to go away with after the fastballs were inside, but he got it up and out over the plate, and all Dykstra had to do is turn on it. And on this turf, and it's a wet turf, the ball will get through quickly.
Lenny to 308, and a red-hot Mariano Duncan coming up. Duncan off another 3-hit game last night. He's hitting .410 in his last 8 games. Raised his average from 246 to 277, which is not easy to do this time of the year with all these at-bats. Both he and Dykstra have been on tears. And the Phillies are starting to get their 3, 4, 5, Kruk, Hollins, and Dalton going in this series, and that's really helped. Duncan's a 400-plus hitter against this guy Donovan Osborne, too, with 6 hits and 14 at-bats. Osborne steps off as Lenny Dykstra leads off first. Dykstra's stolen 18 consecutive bases, 26 overall. And there's Osborne's move. He has just an okay move to first. What he tries to do is shorten his stride and get the ball to his catcher quickly.
You mentioned Pagnazzi's got a very quick release to second. He's got a good arm, so the quicker the pitcher can get it to the plate, the more time the catcher has something to do with it.
Crooked fouls away. This is one of those games where if the Phillies can get some runs early, after what the Cardinals have been through, you can see a team's head go down quick. They're at the end of a long road trip. They're on their way home after this. They've been soundly beaten in 2 games. We'll see what happens. They also have a lot of pride and know that they need this game badly today. They are on their way home to play the New York Mets this weekend. Then they have Florida in town for 4. As we look at those numbers on Dykstra, including the 18 straight.
Well, it's one thing to get beaten, but to get swept on your final road trip and then have to go home and be 7 games out, then you got some problems.
Move over to first. We'd like to send get well wishes along to Mr. Herb Schreffler, watching our game on Prism. Got a nice note from Ken Weekland would like us to pass that along. So hope you're feeling better, Herb, and enjoy the ball game this afternoon. Honey does not go, and there's a double play ball. And they turn it. That ball was similar to the one hit in game number 1 that Ozzie had a little trouble with, but they had a backhand.
That's right. We'll show it to you again. And Ozzie catches this ball that's right at him almost. In game 1, as Chris referred to, the ball was to Ozzie's right. He had to go backhand. I went out and checked it out today. Actually got down on the turf. And there is some seams out there. And exactly where Ozzie said, there is a little rise where those seams are. And he told me yesterday the ball hit the seam and kind of came up on him. That's where it hit him in the back of the hand. He could not turn it. And maybe had he turned that double play in the first game, in the first inning, things might be different here. But maybe somewhere it's written that the Phillies are to be lucky.
Ball was hit right at him, that one. Kruk, the batter. John leading the league in walks with 86 of them. 3rd in hitting at 351. 5-hit game the other night. The league leader in on-base percentage. 2-0 to Kruk. Duncan hit the ball right on the nose, but it was a tailor-made double play ball for Smith and Alicea. And he pulling off that time. Kruk swings and misses. John 2 for 10 lifetime off Donovan Osborne. He's hitting .438 against the Cardinals this year and .327 lifetime. Cardinals one of those teams that he's had a lot of luck against. Grounded towards second, an easy play for Alicea. A big hop, throws out Kruk. Phil's gone in the first. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. No score through 1.
Yeah, how far away do you think I can get in 72 hours?
I wouldn't trust my car past the city limits.
For the way you travel today more than ever, the Smart Money is on budget. Plan a great getaway by giving Budget a call. You'll get great rates on great cars. The Smart Money is on budget.
There are lots of ways to have fun at a baseball game besides the game. Now, the games. The Phillies give Colorado a Rocky Mountain Low Monday, August 23rd and Tuesday the 24th at 7:35 and Wednesday the 25th at 12:35 in a business person special. Then Cincinnati turns red Friday, August 27th at 7:35, Saturday the 28th at 7:05 and Sunday the 29th at 1:35 when kids get a baseball jacket free. Call 463-1000.
The Phillies, the Pirates. It's an Eastern Division showdown live from the vet Friday night at 7:30 exclusively on Prism, the home game home of the Phillies.
Well, folks, here's the view from the Navy Yard and Cento's Italian food. By the way, that's Gulf's oil airship. It's 197 feet long, and I got to tell you about Cento. They've donated over $20,000 this year to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic. That's because they offer $200 for every Phillies home run, and the Phillies on the air already 100 home runs. So go to your supermarkets, look for over those 100 fine labels on your grocery shelf. All Cento great products. Well, Schilling on the rubber. He leads it off. Leading off for the Cardinals here is Todd Zeile.
Zeile with a big grand slam last night in the first inning to get the Cardinals off and winging. having an outstanding season. You see with the 61 runs batted in. Zeal lifetime off Schilling is a .308 hitter. He's knocked in 2 runs off Kurt with 4 hits. Schilling's 1-1 to Zeal. It is low. We'd like to send happy birthday wishes along to Ron Pinchatti of Southampton, who is 60 years old, and to Samuel Hoffman, celebrating his 70th birthday today.
A lot of birthdays today.
Zeal hits a line drive to left in Cavilla right there, and he grabs it. Looked like he had trouble with maybe the shirts, as that ball looked like it got in the crowd, and he struggled a little bit with it.
Well, anytime a ball's hit right at you, a lot of fielders have a problem with it. You've got to make a decision, a snap decision on which way to go. You can see he kind of hesitated a little bit, and then maybe the ball sailed a little bit on him. But you got to have a pretty good idea out there on that line shot right at you. Toughest guy is the guy in center field when the ball's hit at you.
Brian Jordan, the batter. Jordan playing in right field today, as Witten is not in the lineup. Jordan started in center in the ball game last night. Jordan 1-for-1 lifetime off Schilling and knocked in a run. Brian Jordan really coming on as a fine Major League Baseball player after giving up an NFL career. Swings and misses. Since he came back from Louisville on June the 25th, he's batting at a .316 clip with 5 homers and 24 runs batted in.
I guess that might have been a little wake-up call for him down there. Get sent down, get your stroke back, and like you said, since he's been back, he's been tearing the cover off the ball.
Schilling misses outside. Happy birthday to Kate McColgan from Yeadon, who is 74. Watching the ball game this afternoon out there in Delaware County. Swing and a miss at a high pitch. Schilling has 1 strikeout. He struck out Langford to end the first. 1 out, nobody on base here in the second inning. No score. Final game of 3, Phillies and the Cardinals. Schilling just 1-4 lifetime against the Redbirds in 9 games. Oh, he fired that pitch, just missed. 3-2. He wanted it and didn't get it from the home plate umpire Tata. Schilling has come out here with a really good fastball today. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fouled back. Phillies with Dave Hollins at third, Kevin Stockers at shortstop, Mariano Duncan at second, and John Kruk at first. From left to right in Cavilla, Dykstra, and Chamberlain, and Todd Pratt doing the catching today. Jim Fregosi said there's no pattern developing here. Just so happened it's day game after a night game, so they're going to play Pratt. And he walked him on a high fastball. First walk of the game issued by Schilling, first base runner for St. Louis. Well, don't forget Dream Week's coming up. That will be in the month of January and February. So if you haven't been to Dream Week yet, call 938-1200. If you have been there, you know how great it is. Come on back again. Just make that call right now. They'll answer the phone and tell you all the information on Dream Week. First week sold out. We're working on week number 2, and that's going real fast. Gerald Perry to short. This could be 2. Stocker will take it himself, and the smooth fielding Kevin Stocker turns a 6-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A quick inning and a half, no score.
Why will some people only use Texaco System 3 gasolines?
I'll tell you the first reason.
My dad says System 3 cleaned out his intake cleanings and his fuel inspectors.
Second reason. Our dads keep saying get good grades. So we come here. The reasons I come here.
Every grade of Texaco System 3 performs in cars both new and old.
They do? Well, no wonder we're getting the horsepower we should be getting.
Count on System 3 for performance in your car.
Reasons I mean, where do I start?
From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to right here in Pennsylvania, people are searching for new choices in healthcare.
The costs are strangling me.
Which inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice.
Seems like you always have to give something up.
A health plan that gives people the benefits of an HMO.
No one has the right to tell me what doctor I can see.
Without asking them to give up their freedom. personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Columbia Pictures would like to take you out to the ball game for an all-star comedy.
They'll pay you $75 a week.
We only make 30 at the dairy.
Well then, this would be more, wouldn't it? See how it works is, the train moves, not the station.
There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
My uniform bursts open, and oops, my bosoms come flying out.
You think there are men in this country who ain't seen your bosoms?
A league of their own.
It's a really good-looking Phillies road jersey, free for kids 14 and under, compliments of Gatorade, when the Phillies play the Mets Sunday, August 15th at 1:35. Get a free new jersey when the Phillies play New York. Call 463-1000.
Today is a business person special, and there's a huge crowd here, and number 4 is coming up. The Phillies and the Expos on Thursday, August the 12th at 12:35. The days are sponsored by Mellon PSFS, so if you didn't make it out here today, you're not here yet. Well, think about the next one on Thursday, August the 12th. Just call 463-1000 or stop by the Vet Stadium ticket office. These day games are really popular. There is a huge crowd here this afternoon.
Well, I bet I'd like to get a video camera of all the excuses that were given at the office today for this game.
Probably had a few of them.
Oh, a few of them. We could probably make a show out of this one.
So hot here today, though. It looks like a lot of the guys had a change of clothes in the car. Not too many coats and ties out here. Holland's the batter. David, 317 from the right side, and he has been on a tear in the last couple games. 4 for his last 7 with 5 RBIs. And a 385 lifetime hitter off Donovan Osborne. Osborne has really come out and pitched inside today. And Hollins didn't like that one. He thought that was a little close to his head. Let's see.
Yeah, it was up there a little bit. A little wake-up call. You know, sometimes that works in a reverse effect, as now it kind of gets your blood flowing a little bit.
It'll get his going.
Yeah, there's a few guys, remember, like Steve Garvey and Billy Williams and Frank Robinson. Those kind of guys, you knock them down, they come back up and hit a rope somewhere. Some guys, it's just better to leave alone, let them sleep, as the saying goes.
2 balls and a strike on Hollins. Breaks his bat. Ground ball to Zeal. Quick release, and Perry dropped it. I'm talking about Gerald Perry is not much of a fielder, and he just drops that ball. It looked like he got his feet messed up a little bit, didn't he?
Well, I think he was concerned about keeping his foot on the bag, and he was going to make sure, because the throw is high and into the runner. Watch Perry try to make sure he kept his right foot on the bag, and when he did that, he took his eye off the ball and dropped it.
So Joe Torre's gambling today with some offense from Perry he wants to get, and not get hurt too much by his defense. He did not come up with Dykstra's base hit in the first inning, and there he missed that one. That glove he has is so big, he didn't even know the ball wasn't in it for a while. He was looking around to see if he had it.
See, that's where a regular first baseman or a slick fielding first baseman, Chris, will come off the bag, catch it, then tag the runner before he gets to the bag.
The size of that picker. And Cavilla, the batter. Pops it way up in the air to center field. Langford down with the glasses. And that's the first out of the inning.
That's what you call a major league pop-up right there. You were talking earlier how Hollins had gotten hot, as was Kruk and Dalton. In San Francisco, the 3-4-5 guys were 6 for 36, hitting a measly 167. In the first 2 games against the Cardinals, the 3-4-5 guys 13 for 23 at a 565 clip with 14 RBIs. So what a difference coming home has made for the Philly 3-4-5 hitters.
Wes Chamberlain, the batter, at 269, getting his second start in the series. Wes has 23 extra base hits this year out of his 49 total. And the pitch to him is outside. Donovan Osborne, a 6-game winning streak we mentioned was snapped at Colorado. He hadn't lost since the 9th of June. 6 wins and a no decision in that stretch. Opposing left-handed batters just 181 off him. He's very tough. Only 1 home run hit off him from the left side. 272 right-handed hitters. Both these pitchers have been bothered by the home run ball this year. Osborne 15 of them and Curt Schilling 16. And you would think the ball would jump today, as warm as it is here in the daytime.
That's an understatement. The ball carries very well here in the vet during the day.
1 ball and 1 strike on Chamberlain, with Hollins leading off first base. He comes inside on another hitter.
It's a big reason why I think you see Osborne pitching inside. He wants a certain part of that plate. If he wants the outside part of the plate to a right-hand hitter, for example, he's got to come inside and way inside just to get him thinking, maybe push him back a little bit. Because against the right-hand batter, Osborne has a good running fastball that sinks a little bit.
See, he doesn't have much of a move. He just kind of throws over once in a while, let the base runner know that he's aware of him. Two balls and 1 strike now on Chamberlain, with Todd Pratt waiting. That's Dave Hollins at first base and 1 out. No score if you're just tuning in. It's the 2nd inning. Change up and a good one. And way out in front is Wes Chamberlain.
It's a tough pitch to pick up for a batter coming off the fastball because it's got the same motion. The pitcher throws it with the same arm speed, except at it's how he holds the ball that determines the speed of the ball. And you, the batter, you see the arm speed, you're judging by that, and then all of a sudden you pick up the ball and you're about 2 feet in front of it.
And the crowd goes, whoa. 2-2. Another off-speed pitch, and he fouls it off right side, out of play. Being told that on the Phillies bench they're getting Ricky Jordan loose right now. Hopefully nothing happened to Kruk. As hot as he's been. Kruk evidently is not on the bench right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chamberlain. Beaten foul first base side. Happy birthday today to Christopher Knight Cannon, who's the son of Don Cannon from WOGL. Christopher has the Star 104 program Between the Sheets at night, a very popular radio program. It's his birthday today, and he and Don are in attendance. Here's a 2-2 to Chamberlain. Fouled off again.
Got a few birthdays here. Mary Thomas from Ben Salem, she's 80. Wayne Farron, 46. Betty Walsh from Northeast Philadelphia, 71. And Jim Scanzello from Warminster, he's 78. So happy birthday to all of you. We wish you the best.
On this lovely afternoon in the Delaware Valley, with the heat wave predicted to end this evening, and we certainly hope that's true.
You mean you don't like this warm weather? This is gorgeous.
I like it, but not this much of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to West. Ground ball to third. It's a foul ball, says Wally Bell.
You know, Chris, I think we actually have more people here tonight or today than we had in the past 2 nights.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Jay. This is close to a sellout today, depending on what the walk-up's going to be. It's over 50 today.
I would have to say so.
We once again would like to thank that Gulf Oil airship for these shots we're going to have. It's really neat.
Isn't that a neat view of the stadium? Look at that sellout crowd almost.
2-2 to Chamberlain. Doesn't chase a changeup, and it's 3-2, and now we'll see if Jim Fregosi starts the base runner, Dave Hollins. Phillies run a lot on 3-2 counts.
Nothing wrong with that, because you want the pitcher knows he has to throw a strike. The batter knows he's looking for a strike. Base runner can get a good jump.
There he goes, and Chamberlain hits it high in the air to right field, playable for Jordan. Comes in a few steps, now drifts back and makes the play. 2 outs.
It looked like a 3-2 changeup to you?
It looked like it was off speed.
Something very slow. Osborne really took something off that pitch. Chamberlain way out in front of him.
And Todd Pratt getting a chance to play this afternoon. Pratt has done a good job whenever he's gotten a chance to play, batting .308 against left-handers. Phils are 7-3 in the 10 games that he started this year. His last start was the 23rd at San Francisco. He's 1 for 3 lifetime off Osborne. The pitch is low, ball 1. On deck is Kevin Stocker, back after a week off with that ankle injury. Change up and a swing and a miss. He's starting to establish in and then going away with his change up. Ricky Jordan has his glove in his hand, as we're told. As we mentioned to you, we've been told that Kruk went up the tunnel a little while ago and they told Jordan to get ready. So we shall see when the Phillies take the field in the bottom of this inning. 1 ball and 1 strike on Pratt. His teammates call him Tank for obvious reasons. Gets jammed and fouls it off. Osborne doing a good job of in and out right now.
Yes.
Any pitching coach watching what he's doing, I'm sure Joe Coleman is very pleased with his approach thus far.
Well, Osborne has a little something on the ball, so he can get it inside. Seems to be the problem with the last 2 Cardinal pitchers when they tried to come inside. As we take a look at the pitching coach of the Cardinals, Joe Coleman, they didn't quite get it all the way in or didn't have enough mustard on it.
Good fastball, whistles high, 2-2. Pratt has hit 2 home runs this year, 4 in his big league career, all of them to the opposite field. Very strong that way and waits on the ball. Here's the 2-2. Hard ground ball. That's a fair ball. Zeal will use the turf on the long throw, and Perry digs it out, and Pratt is retired. Phillies in the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error by the Cardinals, and 1 man left. It looks like Ricky Jordan's coming in the ball game. No score after 2.
Come on, let's get a cold one.
Our total attendance for today's game.
Would you look at this beer line? I'm gonna go back.
What? Foul ball? No, I'm not.
Foul ball!
Foul ball?
Foul ball!
Out the way!
I got it!
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
Make it 2 Bud Lights, please.
make it a Bud Light.
Hey, you got another ball?
What if someone were to design a car about the size of a Ford Taurus outside, but with more room for people than Taurus or Toyota Camry inside? Someone did. What if someone were to design a car with safety features Taurus and Camry don't give you, like both driver and passenger side airbags standard, or an available integrated child safety seat? Someone did. And what if a prestigious magazine were to name this car Automobile of the Year? One of them did. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
All fans receive a great-looking poster, compliments of Thriftway. The teams wear uniforms from 1933. The Phillies play the Pirates on Nostalgia Day, Sunday, August 1st at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
The battle for the East heats up when the Phillies take on the Pirates live from the vet Saturday night at 7, exclusively on Prism, the home game home of the Phillies.
Sunday, August the 15th. The Mets are here at 1:35. A brand new gift for kids 14 and under. Gray shirt looks just like the Phillies road jersey. It's compliments of Gatorade, a must for all kids. Call 463-1000 for your tickets, or if you're downtown, stop by the Center City ticket office located at the Mellon PSFS building, Broad and Chestnut Streets. Well, Ricky Jordan is in the ball game, and we'll get a report on John Kruk as soon as possible. Right there is Ricky moving in to play first, and he, of course, will bat in Kruk's spot, number 3 in the lineup. And we go to the bottom of the Cardinals lineup. That's Luis Alicea, Tom Pagnazzi, and Donovan Osborne. Birthday wishes today to Erin Benjamin. Got a note from her dad, Glenn. They are Sunday season ticket plan holders. And
well, while you're doing
games.
Birthday wishes, you might as well say one to the guy at bat. Just turned 28 today.
Luis Alicea. Florida State University product, another #1 pick of the Cardinals. Switch hitter Alicea at 366 from the right side, 293 left-handed. With Geronimo Pena on the shelf with an injury, Alicea has taken over as the everyday second baseman. Did that on July the 6th. And has been playing and hitting well for them. Fouled away left side, out of play. One hit in the ball game. That by the Phillies. Lenny Dykstra leading off the first inning. Kurt Schilling and Donovan Osborne both pitching well on this hot afternoon. 2-2. Struck him out. Look. Kurt Schilling gets his second strikeout of the ball game. 1 out here in the third.
Great pitch by Schilling, coming inside, and then he comes right back with a backdoor breaking ball. They call it a backdoor slider. It starts out as a ball, comes back in over the outside part of the plate. The hitter gives up on it. It was too late to swing.
Tom Pagnazzi, the Cardinals' #1 catcher, sat out the game last night, batting at .247. Likes to hit the ball the other way. Philly shade him towards right center. Schilling's pitch. Grounds it weakly towards short. Stocker on a big hop. Throws. Got him. 2 outs.
You would know he had knee surgery back in May, would you, by the way he's running? He's done a pretty good job. Back on May 11th, they underwent the knife, had a little bit of surgery there, and he's back playing, doing a good job for the Cardinals.
It was right after the Phillies were played the Cardinals here, and Eric Pappas took over. As we look at Stocker back in the lineup today, Eric Pappas took over and had a 16-game hitting streak.
Right, he did a great job for him.
Donovan Osborne, the batter. Osborne, a .200 hitter with 3 runs batted in. See, he'll bat left against Schilling. 2 outs and nobody on base. The end of this half inning. Superstar gallery profile coming up as Larry Rosen talks with Lee Arthur Smith, a guy probably destined for Cooperstown someday.
I would think so, with all those saves. That would be a lock.
And a guy that the media likes. You know, sometimes that can play against you.
Well, he talks to him, you know.
And he's nice.
Yeah.
No showboat about him. You know, Lee Smith is just a good man.
Another one of those lousy deals the Cubs made in getting rid of Lee Smith. Look back over some of their trades, and I guess you wonder why they haven't won a pennant since 1908 or a World Series.
Fouled 1-2.
Of course, you don't think that would grate on Cub fans now that Lee Smith with the Cardinals, and he continues to haunt the Cubs. I hear we're just getting the word on John Kruk now. He's got a strained left hip. Wow. That's not good news for Philly fans. We'll try and find out a little bit more about it, but in the press box we heard the announcement that John Kruk left the game for a strained left hip.
Well, Kruk has a variety of injuries throughout the year, and he seems to always come back real fast. So you know, he'll probably play Friday. And he walked Donovan Osborne.
Schilling very unhappy with himself on that one.
Yep.
Walking back, you can see him behind the mound. He can't believe it. How can I walk the opposing pitcher?
On a 3-2 pitch. Second walk issued by Schilling to go along with his 2 strikeouts. Osborne on at first base and does not want the warm-up jacket.
Gee, I wonder why.
He counts it to Hollins. Hollins is going to go to second, and they get Osborne at second base on the fielder's choice. In the third, no runs, no hits, no errors. The Cardinals leave 1 on base. Through 2.5, no score. Time now as we look at beautiful downtown Philadelphia for a visit to the Superstar Gallery. Larry Rosen profiles future Hall of Famer Lee Arthur Smith.
Lee Smith exploded onto the baseball scene in the early 80s as a Chicago Cub. Hulking, intimidating, the classic definition of the closer. He often threw well over 100 innings as a Chicago Cub, but since his move to St. Louis, Smith has flourished, setting a single-season National League save record and twice the Fireman of the Year award. As a Cardinal, he has owned the 9th inning, and it's made all the difference.
Well, the biggest thing is since I've been in St. Louis, it's probably been the only time that I was sort of limited to pitching in one inning because of the great bullpen that we had. But I can pitch 2 innings, you know, and you go out. It depends on how many pitches you throw. You know, you can go out and throw 1 inning and throw 40 pitches too. So it has a lot to do with that. But I think the quality of pitches that we had in the bullpen what may have really helped out a lot, and Joe not even thinking that he had to use me in the 8th inning a lot.
Well, kids, if you love the Fanatic, and of course, who doesn't love the Fanatic? Well, Prism wants to give you the chance to be the Fanatic special pal at the August 14th Phillies-Mets game. You can spend the 5th inning with the big green guy and watch the rest of the game in some really great seats. If you're 6 to 12 years old and you want to be the Fanatic's pal, just send a postcard to the address right there on your screen. It's a fantastic Fanatic contest from Prism, the only place to be in the summer of '93. One of our favorite places in Clearwater, Florida, that everybody's heard about over the years, of course, is the famous Beachcomber, Heilman's Beachcomber.
Oh,
and
yes.
we'd like to welcome young Bob Heilman's at the game today, son of Bob and Sherry Heilman, who own that place, along with Scott Thomas, Lee Thomas's son. They're being entertained in Lee's box, and he's up here in Philadelphia enjoying the ball game as we look at the Cardinal bench. Anybody who ever has gone to Clearwater, Florida, and hasn't hit the Beachcomber yet, you're missing something.
Missing a lot. This is a nice, very nice piece by Larry Rosen on Lee Smith. Really, you get to see what kind of a nice guy that guy is. There they are. Who is that?
That's Lee Thomas's box. It's tough to see on the monitor.
It's a little bright in
here today, yeah. Here comes Kevin Stocker. Philly's happy to have him back, giving us some really good infield depth. There's Lee, along with scout Jimmy Stewart. That's who that was. That was Jimmy Stewart, former major league player who's a scout for Lee.
Another teammate of mine. I've got a lot of them around, pardon.
Stu.
Lee Thomas was a teammate of mine when I was very, very young.
So was Fergosi.
That's right. Jimmy really helped me out a lot in my career when I first broke in with the California Angels. He kind of actually took me under his wing a little bit and really explained to me what the big leagues were all about. I was kind of a brash young kid, and I learned real quick.
He straightens a lot of people out.
Oh, he'd straighten me right out.
Yeah, one thing you don't ever want to do, as you look at Morandini and Duncan in there, and Jim Fregosi says he's not going to get into a strict platoon situation because he's not a platoon manager. He just likes having 3 infielders he can play, so we'll see what happens.
That's terrific.
One thing you don't ever want to do is be called into his office one-on-one with those doors closed. Anybody who's ever been through that doesn't want it to ever happen again. Fregosi takes a lot of heat in this town, unfairly most of it, and he will do one-on-ones with anybody. In fact, some of the people that criticize him, he'd love to see him down here.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. You said he will teach you what this game's about. And
that's
how
the
to
thing
act.
that he has learned over the years. You know, he's had managerial stints in other cities, and you know what's that old saying? Experience is it's the best process. And through those years and his experience, he's brought it to the Phillies, and look at the job he's doing here.
Kevin Stocker with a shot headed towards the gap, and it's going to go to the wall. Let's see how Stocker's running. He will go into second with a stand-up double, and he appears to be all right. Kevin Stocker really swinging the bat well, and he did not run real well going around first base. Now hopefully he's okay. He runs pretty well, and I thought he might try for a triple.
Well, I think he's more apprehensive than probably anybody on this ball field right now, because what he doesn't want to do is trying to stretch it out and maybe hit the bag wrong and re-injure that ankle again. So as you saw right there, he very gingerly went around first base and came into second, and wise for him to hold up. Why injure it on your first game back?
Good play by Langford out there and Jordan as they got to that ball quickly and made sure Stocker didn't get to third base. Now Schilling will be around to bunt, and he pops it up, and it's caught by Donovan Osborne. So Schilling, who's a pretty good bunter with 7 of them on the year, does not get the job done there. He pops it up to the pitcher. 1 out. And Schilling will be tough on himself about that.
Yes, he's a very tough critic on himself when he does not do the job. It's one of the pitcher's primary jobs in this game is when they have a runner in scoring position with 1 or less outs, they got to move him over, and Schilling just did not do the job that time.
Here's Lenny Dykstra, and he's asking Eric Gregg to move over. You see Terry Tater, the home plate umpire, patting the top of his cap, and Eric will move over towards short. Lenny does that very quietly. He'll just go up to the home plate umpire and ask him to move him, as opposed to Lenny standing there and waving himself.
Well, we had a problem with that last year, as you remember. One umpire just refused to move. It's the first time I'd ever seen that happen. I don't need to mention the umpire's name.
Joe West.
Yeah, big Joe West. He's created. I've never seen an umpire not move for a player in all the years that I played, and all the guys that I played with, I asked them, and they said the same thing. But what irked, I guess, a lot of people, the fact that the next time when Lenny did that last year, Joe went right back over and stood in the same spot, as to antagonize Lenny. I mean, you don't need that in the game. So, but Eric Gregg, a very accommodating umpire and a very good fan of the Philadelphia Friends and area around here. He doesn't live too far from here, does he?
No, he lives out in Wynwood, out in that area. Nice to have Eric back this year, too, after the ankle problems of last year. 2-0. And the pitch is up high. 3-0 to Dykstra. Very patient. Lenny with 85 walks on the air, 124 hits, now tops in the league. And he also has a 10-game hitting streak after singling in the first inning. His average is a 308. Donovan Osborne walks him. Osborne's had really good control lately. That's his first walk in the ballgame. In his last 11 games, he's walked just 15 batters in 69 1/3 innings prior to this afternoon.
That's terrific control. You know, the last two guys for the Cardinals, Tewksbury has very good control, but last night just couldn't find a location. And Osborne has very good control. But the big difference is the fact that Osborne throws the ball probably 10 miles quicker than Tewksbury.
Mariano Duncan hit a sharp ground ball to short his first time up. Some clouds over the vet right now, and the sun has gone in for a while, and I don't think that's bothering anybody, especially the fans are enjoying it. Here's the pitch to Duncan. Breaking ball or changeup, and he fouls it off. Mariano looked like he was trying to go the other way and just got out front a little. There's
those beautiful cumulus clouds. Look at the right fielder, Jordan. Don't you think he's playing a little too deep in this situation?
Way too deep.
I mean, Duncan's not going to hit the ball over his head that way unless he just gets lucky and really uncorks on one. So you got to play in about another 4 or 5 steps.
You know, Larry Ball likes that, the third base coach, and that'll help him. Stocker dances off second and dives back in as Donovan Osborne fakes the throw to Alicea.
The chances of the ball going over your head are far and few between, and the ball hit in front of you. So you got to go with the percentages and move in about 4 or 5 steps.
Another changeup. He knows Duncan likes to hit that fastball, so he's off-speeded him early in the count. 0-2.
That is a tough pitch to pick up. As I mentioned before, he throws it off his fastball with the same motion. All he does is he holds it further back in the palm of his hand. When he lets it go, it comes out about 10-12 miles an hour slower. But the arm speed is the same, so you're swinging on the arm speed and you're way out in front.
Great pitch after the changeup's away. He throws a fastball on the inside corner for a strikeout. First Phillies batter to strike out, and nobody struck out in the game last night.
There's that pitch. Look at that right there. That's one of those where maybe Duncan was looking for another off-speed pitch and couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball.
Here's Ricky Jordan with his first at bat after John Kruk had to leave with what we were told is a problem with his left hip. See the numbers on Ricky. 3 for 11 lifetime off Donovan Osborne with a run batted in. On the outside corner for a strike call. Hollins on deck. And the base runners, Kevin Stocker at second base. And Lenny Dykstra at first as some of Jay's notes go blowing out of the booth. Was that important?
It was.
You want us to send somebody down for it?
Nah, too late now.
Donovan Osborne at the 50 pitch mark.
All it was just a scouting report on the pitchers. That's it.
Oh, we'll do like other guys do. Just say everybody's a sinker slider guy. What's he Try a sinker slider.
Yeah, a little this, a little that, you know.
No balls, 2 strikes on Jordan. Outside.
Where did that breeze all of a sudden come from? Wow. Well, it's nice to have a little breeze with the cloud cover.
Jordan high in the air to the outfield. And once in, Langford says he has it. Center fielder, he drifts back a little bit, puts it away. Phillies are out in the 3rd. No runs. They waste the leadoff double. And no errors and 2 left. No score.
We're gonna have to bail. What about the Bud Light? No time. There's only one left.
You take it. I'll never forget you.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Not so fast. Yes.
We know how to help you save during the Dodge 93 model clearance. Take that Caravan with the family value package you've been wanting. Yep, the one with air at no extra charge. For a total savings of up to $13.57. So you can buy America's best-selling minivan for around 15 grand.
Is this correct?
Absolutely. The factory authorized 93 model clearance. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
If you've got a group of 25 or more, we'll give you a great time at a Phillies game. For all the details about a special package for your group at a Phillies game, call 463-5000.
We're live back here at Veterans Stadium. Chris Wheeler joined by Gary Maddox. John Kruk goes out of the game after the 1st inning. Ricky Jordan comes in, and I guess the Phillies don't want to lose Kruk for very long.
Probably one of the in-place guys they just cannot afford to lose at this time, and it shows you the importance of having a guy like Ricky Jordan in backup. They're paying him $1 million, but you know, you need somebody. Kruk, a lot of injuries, little ticky-tack injuries, but Jordan fills in well.
We'll see why they like Stocker. There's one of those plays in the hole. Plants, throws out Ozzie Smith, who certainly would have appreciated that. One away.
I mean, but you really have to like Ricky Jordan. Other than Pratt, I mean, the guy that has the least amount of at-bats on the team. So you put him in a situation where he's forced to go out there and not really be fine-tuned, but he comes to the ballpark, he works hard. You can see why the Phillies are in love with him. Only helps his teammates, only has good things and positive things to say, so they're happy to have Ricky Jordan around, especially in a situation like this.
Strike called on a fastball to Langford. Ricky did tell Whitey in a pregame show a couple weeks ago that, you know, he's okay this year because the team's winning, but if he went through another year like this, he doesn't want to do it next year.
Well, I don't
think to play.
I don't think the Phillies, Jim Fregosi in particular, would want a guy who wants to sit on the bench, especially someone of Ricky Jordan's caliber. How you handle the situation is what concerns the team and what has a positive or a negative effect on the rest of the players.
1 out, nobody on base. In the 4th, both pitchers pitching very well here this afternoon. Phillies with 2 hits, Cardinals yet to collect one. As Jim Fregosi sits in his easy chair and watches this one.
Kurt Schilling's throwing exceptionally well. Good indication he was behind a Todd Zeal, had to challenge him on a couple of pitches, and he couldn't get good wood on the ball. So that's a good indication that he has a good fastball with him today.
Langford, a late swing on a fastball, fouls it out of play.
He struck out Langford in his first at bat, but I mean, threw the ball right by him, showed Langford was looking for something else. And if you feel you really have to guess on a pitcher like that, you know, that shows that he must be bringing it today.
1 ball, 2 strikes on him. Strike 3 called. Same thing happened to him again. He's a strikeout victim again. Number 3 for Schilling.
See, that he got struck out looking in this situation because he was looking for another pitch. You know, at least had the breaking ball in his mind, which Kurt Schilling would go to normally when he's trying to finish off a hitter. Langford knows that, but he's throwing a good fastball, has good location, and Todd Pratt, a different catcher than Darren Dalton, is going to that fastball.
Zeal lined out to Incaviglia's first time up. Pratt catching his 3rd consecutive start of Curt Schilling's. But it's been more circumstances than anything. 2 of them have been day games. Might have been 3 coming up. I'm trying to remember the one in San Francisco. But anyway, Fregosi made a point of it before the game today and also last night that, you know, they're not going to go to this where he becomes, you know, a guy has his own catcher. Fly ball center field, weakly off the end of the bat. Dykstra says he has it. Here he comes, and a strong inning for Curt Schilling. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Look at that great shot. Where's that pool? In South Philly, no score.
Only your Quality Plus Ford dealer has the #1 selling small car, the Ford Escort. Reliable and loaded with extras. Drive the Escort for just $199 per month for 24 months. Choose from 4 models, all at one low price. $199 per month. Only at your #1 selling Quality Plus Ford dealer.
5 of the top 10 sellers, all American built quality. See your Ford dealer today. Get behind the wheel and turn the key. Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts.
The customer comes first.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Who's your favorite Philly? Darren Dalton?
No.
Lenny Dykstra? Terry Mulholland? Well, who is it?
Play Fanatic!
Everyone loves the Phillies, and every kid loves the Fanatic. If you're 6 to 12 years old, you could be the Fanatic's special pal at the August 14th Phillies-Mets game. You'll spend the 5th inning with the big green guy, and you'll get really excellent seats for the rest of the game. Send a postcard with your name, address, telephone number, and age to this address. It's a fantastic, fun-filled contest just for kids from your Fanatic friends at Prism.
Coming up this Sunday is the nostalgia game, the Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game time is at 1:35. It's turn back the clock day. Those are always a lot of fun. This year, the clock goes back to the year 1933. All fans receive a great-looking poster featuring all the Phil's offensive players. Compliments of Thriftway. Call 463-1000. 1933. Let's see. I think Whitey was Rookie of the Year that year, wasn't he?
Speaking of Whitey, man, I get to the ballpark today, and Harry Callis comes right up to me and says, can you believe what Chris Wheeler said about me last night? And our producer ended up giving him that information, but Harry said, geez, here's a guy we help along, get him a little power. He's director of announcers. And I guess Whitey Ashburn kind of put it all in perspective. He said, and we can break them too.
Oh, they're beautiful, those two. What was that line about imitating him at 2 in the morning?
Yeah. I asked you if you could imitate Harry, and he said, yeah, I can do it. It's 2 a.m. in the morning since I've seen him in that condition a lot.
Oh, Holland's a batter. Holland's lived on an error by Gerald Perry his first time up. Yeah, they call me the director of broadcasting, which is a joke because nobody could direct those two. I mean, you talk about 2 guys that march to their own drummer. Hollins pops it up foul behind the plate. It will go out of play.
I mean, but he gave me every indication that he had taken you under his wing and helped you, both of them.
Yeah, I've been under his wing a lot.
That's how you repay.
And there he is. There they are. Manny, Bo, and Jack's over on the other side. There he is. Fouled out of play, left side. Happy birthday to Pepsi, one of the Phillies hostesses here at the ballpark. And that special wish comes from Tony Irving here in the booth.
Tony's old enough to be her father.
Hollins and Cavilla Chamberlain as the sun comes back out. And hitting. Dave Hollins has not been hit much this year. After last year, I think that's only the 3rd time he's been hit all year.
You see, this ball's inside. Hollins does not give any ground, and I think pitchers have recognized that and chose not to just give him that free pass. But this, I think, is a pitch to get him back off and stop him from looking away. He just happens to catch him a little bit inside.
Hollins has been hit by a pitch for the 3rd time this year. As Incaviglia comes up.
You can probably tell me how many times he's been hit last year.
I think it's 19. I'm looking it up. Yeah, 19 last year. Led all of Major League Baseball. Incaviglia hit a fly ball to center field his first time up. Takes strike 1. Out of a 1-for-36 the other night with a couple of hits.
Well, they need him to come on. I mean, especially you hate to see John Kruk go down. He's such a vital part of this offensive machine that the Phillies have together. So a Pete could pick up some slack and be helpful,
especially against left-handers. Phillies are going to see 2 left-handers in the Pirates series as Incaviglia talks to Terry Tate about that pitch.
Jim Fregosi elected to give Darren Dalton a day off. Now finds John Kruk out of the lineup. So 2 of the big 3 for the Phillies are watching this ball game at this point.
And a late swing and a miss at a high fastball. Incaviglia strikeout victim number 2 in the game for Donovan Osborne. That'll bring up Chamberlain.
Well, you remember early in the season that high pitch he was hitting down on, trying to tomahawk it. And you put your head down and he's walking back, not feeling sorry for himself, but saying, you know, what am I doing wrong, or what do I have to do to get this thing turned around? It's really frustrating.
Now 1 for 8 lifetime off Osborne. Chamberlain hit a fly ball to shallow right field his first time up. Osborne pitched him away quite a bit with change-ups. This time he starts him with a fastball in. There's Dennis Mickey, has spent a lot of time with Pete Incaviglia. Incaviglia is just a little confused right now. Plate, 1-1.
And that's what gets that hitter looking out that way, especially from a left-hander. The ball naturally runs away from a right-hander, so a right-hander has a tendency to dive out there to try and get that ball going away from him. These big left-handers like to buzz you inside with that fastball to keep you honest. And that's what happened with Dave Hollins. That's why he got hit.
Well, we saw a story in the paper the other day that Joe Coleman was upset, the pitching coach, as we look at Incaviglia, pitching coach of the Cardinals, that he felt not enough of the Cardinal pitchers were pitching inside. Donovan Osborne is pitching inside today.
We hear time and time again, the pitcher that uses the whole plate is the one that's going to have the most success, because these hitters, if they can afford to look out over the plate, you know, they're just going to wear you out.
Chamberlain breaks his bat in half and pops the ball into the stands, and the barrel of the bat goes into the Cardinal dugout. Boy, that's dangerous. Look at this. That's like a spear going in that dugout.
You talk about getting sawed off. I've never seen a guy left with that little amount of handle.
Well, that had to scatter him in the Cardinals dugout.
And that's what will happen if you. So you try and pull those arms in to get to that inside pitch after seeing those balls away, those change-ups. They throw a fastball inside and really can jam it.
So Wes Chamberlain gets some new lumber and comes back up the home plate. The count is 2-2 on him. On deck is Todd Pratt. Phillies with all right-handed hitters in their lineup except Dykstra since Kruk is gone. Osborne really tough on left-handed hitters. Here's the pitch to Chamberlain. Change up, and he just fouls it off out of play. Osborne has good arm motion with that change-up.
That's why you have to, if you want to model yourself after a good contact hitter, it has to be Lenny Dykstra. I mean, he's pitched Chamberlain here hard fastball, change-up, and he's kept him really off balance. Dykstra doesn't overcommit to any pitch unless he knows what's coming.
Hollins runs and Chamberlain fouls it away.
So you could buzz a guy like Dykstra inside, but he's not going to give any ground because he's not looking for the pitch in a certain area. But if he gets ahead of you in the count, that's another story. He's going to sit on that fastball and try and drive it. But a big power hitter, if he chases a off-speed pitch away, then he's susceptible to that inside pitch. And that's what these guys do, the guys with the big swings.
Dave Holland's the runner at first base with 1 out. We are in the 4th, no score. And he just holds the ball because Hollins ran last time. Osborne does not have much of a move to first. Now that's his way of trying to keep a runner close.
That's exactly right. All you do, if you just hold the ball, then the runner has to stop at some point or else you're going to be able to pick him off. You don't want him to get that walking lead.
And now he moves over. Whether he wants to throw over to Gerald Perry too much. Looks like he's having a little trouble with some of those throws today. There's Joe Torre, the manager. Once in a while, he'll tell whether to move over, pitch out. See him going through some signs.
I think he was going through some signs with the pitch and his delivery. So couldn't have meant too much.
Not a great deke, huh?
No.
How about all the Phillies ball girls on AM Philadelphia today? 4 Phillies ball girls on there, along with some of the Phillies wives, talking about the ALS auction and autograph party, which, by the way, is sold out for Monday. Those people interested in the live auction, you can still purchase a ticket for the auction by calling 463-1000. But the event itself is sold out. Tickets will not be sold at this point, nor will they be sold on the night of the event, which is Monday. Chamberlain fouls one the other way. West is fouling off a lot of pitches in his 2 at-bats. Stay alive. Donovan Osborne is really using both sides of the plate well in this game.
I think on a day like today, it's so humid that pitch totals have to have an effect. You know, the managers have to keep that in mind.
Hollins ran once in the count. Let's see if he might go again. He does not go, and Chamberlain gets way out in front of a breaking ball and fouls at third base side. So he's wearing out the lines.
I tell you, West is very happy to still be at bat because he was definitely fooled on that. And he made contact, but it happened to be a foul ball. So he's happy to get up there and still have another hack at this guy.
No score here in the 4th inning.
You know, in a situation where the hitter has fouled off a lot of pitches, it's definitely to the hitter's advantage. I mean, the more pitches you see from a guy, the more you're aware of what he throws, and you know, the more comfortable you feel with it.
Chamberlain having a very long at bat against Osborne. Here we go again with the 2-2. Hollins does not go, and it's ball 3. Now he'll run, probably. 3-2. He finally threw a fastball, but it was way high and outside. See Larry Bowen down there, and he's probably going to tell Dave Hollins he can go here. Well, he's almost always run in these situations.
Interesting to see what the pitch will be from Osborne.
Yeah, if it's off speed, it'll be a little harder for Pagnazzi to throw on. Osborne flips it over there.
That came from Pagnazzi. You saw him put down his finger, his outside finger, to indicate throw over first base.
Yeah, because Pagnazzi wants to keep him close because he knows he's probably going to come up throwing here if it's a strikeout.
Well, with them running also, it gives you, you keep them close, it gives you a little bit of a time to get that double play turned as well.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Chamberlain. 1 out. We'll look at Hollins, see if he goes. And he does. And Chamberlain hits it to right field. It's deep. Back goes Jordan. It's gone. A home run for Wes Chamberlain. That looked like an off-speed pitch of some kind, and he hits it out of here to right field. That is Chamberlain's 9th of the year, and the Phils are up 2-0.
Chris, You know, throughout that at bat, he showed Wes a lot of changeups, and he was sitting right on it. This one was up in the strike zone, out over the plate where he had been looking, and he just hammered it to right center. Nice piece of hitting by Wes Chamberlain. Watch this. It's a changeup. Look at the location outside where Wes is looking. He doesn't try and pull it, but he's looking right in that direction and nails it out there.
And Chento has just donated another $200 to the Child Guidance Center for the home run hit by Wes Chamberlain. You know, as we look at the glimpse shot of the vet, you wonder if the ball was going to carry here today, and it's a first shot to really get a chance to see one. Off the end of the bat by Pratt, but Langford's there and runs it down, 2 outs. That thing flew out of here to right.
It did. That was a hanger outside part of the plate. He was all over it.
That was a very good at bat by Chamberlain after all those foul balls. And here comes Kevin Stocker, becoming a fan favorite quickly.
Yeah, 386 average would do that for you.
Yeah, for a guy that wasn't supposed to hit much. Some people wrote him off that night. He was 0 for 6 in his first game after he had 3 hours sleep. He bunts it back. And Kevin, you know Kevin Stocker and his makeup, you have to really like his chances of playing this league a long time. He is not overmatched in any way. He doubled to right center his first time up, coming off the disabled list. That was his second double. He has a triple and a homer in his brief major league career.
Phillies have been anticipating his return to the lineup, but not for his bat, for his defense. I think we have to be aware of that. Not to put too much pressure on this kid, especially from the offensive standpoint.
Right, he's not going to hit 300. He's not going to be a 300 hitter, but he has a chance to, be a decent offensive player and a way above average shortstop. There's Wes Chamberlain with that new do. 12 pitches to him in that at bat. Michael Jordan look. He just showed up with that on Tuesday. And there are the numbers on Chamberlain. You mentioned he has quite a few extra base hits.
That was his 24th out of 44 hits or something like that.
24 out of 50 extra base hits. And Stocker fouls it off 1-2. So the Phillies, who have been scoring a lot of runs in this series, jump out 2-0. Donovan Osborne, that's the 16th home run ball that he has thrown. Schilling has also thrown 16 this year. Stocker fouls it home. No.
That's one of those foul it off your knee.
Yeah. Stay away from his ankle.
Swing at that breaking ball, up in your eyes, nothing on it. I think you can handle that pitch.
Most home runs in the league allowed by Jack Armstrong, Greg Harris, and Juan Guzman, or Jose Guzman, 18. Greg Harris now in Colorado. 1-2 to Stocker. Oh, Tata flinched. He was going to come up with that right arm and then didn't. 2-2. With a walk and 2 strikeouts. Hit batter and a home run by Wes Chamberlain in this inning, giving the Phillies a 2-run lead. Stocker pops it up foul right back here. And right off the ledge in front of Aldo, the cameraman. In his younger days, he'd have caught that.
I don't think they had baseball in his younger days.
There's Aldo. Casual, of course, on this hot day. Another foul by Stocker. They're making Osborne throw a lot of pitches in this inning.
12 in that at bat to Wes Chamberlain.
Yeah. We know the truck will update his pitching total.
And this pitching total that we put on the screen, does that include foul balls?
Sure. There's another one. You know, the only thing that doesn't count in a pitch total in a ball game are an intentional walk. So when you see a pitch total for a pitcher at the end of a game, if he walks someone intentionally, those are not put into the total.
check the rule book first. This guy doesn't know when a game's official. Now he's telling me
foul away.
Pitch count.
So you make one mistake like that, you can never live it down. Boy, hovering right over the vet right now is that Gulf Oil airship. Right over right field. Piloted by Peter Buckley. And we thank the people up there for these great pictures we're getting. You just saw another one. There's another foul ball. Osborne's got to be getting a little tired in this inning. There it is. The airship is currently on its summer tour. The Gulf Oil airship will travel to Boston, here to Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and New England. Stocker swings and misses. He just tried to foul another one off, it looked like, as the pitch was away from him. And he strikes out number 3 for Donovan Osborne. Phillies with 2 runs in the inning on 1 big hit. No errors and nobody left. 2-0 Phillies, 2-4.
Hazy sunshine this afternoon, high close to yesterday's 96 downtown.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
What? Oh, guard dog. Oh, very scary. Finally, the good stuff.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And as we look at the bet from high above the stadium in the Gulf Oil airship, we'd like to remind you that you can bring 4 Leaf candy wrappers and the completed offer certificate to the Phil's ticket office. Receive a 600 level reserve ticket to any Phillies home game in July. Leaf candy brands include Milk Dud, Jolly Rancher candies, Payday Heat Bar, and Rainbow Gum. Look for details at the bet or wherever Leaf candies are sold. Tickets subject to availability and void where prohibited. There's the bet with a spectrum in the background. Brian Jordan swings and misses at a good breaking ball by Schilling. Jordan walked his first time up. Jordan, Perry, Alicea to bat here in the 5th. 2-0 Phillies on 3 hits. The big hit, Wes Chamberlain's 2-run home run to right field. Schilling's throwing the ball well today.
Yeah, see, and that's, look, he threw a nice breaking ball to Jordan at the first pitch, and Jordan said, geez, I got to look for that, and there was a fastball.
Another fastball, a late swing and a foul out of play. Schilling got it going in that game at San Diego, then just pitched great the other night in San Francisco. And Jim Fregosi feels he's back to where he was because his confidence is back. He's throwing the ball in good spots again. And he doesn't have a tired arm. At 50 pitches. Not bad for the 5th inning.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the All-Star break helped him to gain his confidence?
I think he needed to get away from it for a while. Absolutely, Gary. Also think it was important for him to realize he wasn't going to make that All-Star team because he was probably pressing a little bit at one point, wanting to be in that game so much, and I think that hurt him.
And again, how do you handle success? How a player handles success that when he's enjoying it is another thing. So I think it was a nice learning experience for him that first half.
Look at this ball. Stocker slipped on the wet turf. He was all set to fire, and then he lost his footing on the wet AstroTurf right behind him in that section that's wet, and that prevented him from getting anything on the throw.
I mean, getting to this ball is a great play, but I'll tell you what he does that's so reminiscent of Ozzie Smith. Look how quickly he can get back to his feet. And then he goes back down, but you can see how he was down there. By the time he got the ball in his glove, he was already up again, and that's, you know, that's the key. Diving and being able to get to your feet in a hurry. That's what Ozzie Smith patents.
Yeah, if he hadn't slipped, he might have had a shot, although Jordan runs very well. Oh, Brian Jordan started to go, and then he just slipped. And it's a strike to Gerald Perry. He was on his way, and he spun his wheels down there.
When a player slips on the base like that, and even though he has stealing in his mind, Schilling will go to the plate a little quickly, and he'll lunge out there to try and get that jump, and that'll make you slip.
Doesn't go anywhere this time. Schilling misses high. Gerald Perry, in a rare start, he has 3 homers this year, all as a pinch hitter. One of the really good fastball hitters in the league. A long-time career with Atlanta, also spent some time at Kansas City. Always could swing the bat. And Schilling doesn't want to give him a fastball there. He misses outside, 2-1. The on-deck batter, Ali Say, a switch hitter. That, by the way, was the first hit for the Cardinals, the infield hit. See how Schilling's stamina goes today on this hot afternoon. There goes Jordan. It's a strike call. Pratt's throw is low and bounces away, and the count's 2-2. And Brian Jordan has his 4th stolen base of the year.
You see Perry there, just takes it again. That ball doesn't hit his leg, it gets through.
They hit him right in the foot.
Here it is again. Perry just fooled on that pitch. He wasn't taking it so that Jordan could go, but the ball catches him on the foot there, and he's not able to move.
Now Perry will try and pull a ball here and move Brian Jordan to third base.
As the blimp casts its shadow over the pitcher's mound and home plate.
Yeah. And that caused a little conference there as Pratt's going to go out and talk to Schilling. They couldn't get together on a pitch now with a runner at second. Well, different signs.
Different catcher.
They have worked a little bit together, though. They're fairly familiar with each other, and they've worked well together. There's the 2-2 to Perry. Struck him out. Threw it right by him.
Curt Schilling gets his 4th strikeout here, but it's a high fastball. Perry can't get around on it.
That means you have good velocity when you can throw a high fastball by Gerald Perry, because he loves that pitch.
Well, he said that again, even though he's throwing primarily fastballs, look at the location, away, down, and then come with that high one. Can't lay off of.
Ali Say has struck out his first time up, switch hitter. Now Brian Jordan's getting a big lead off second. They better look at him, because with 1 out, he might think about running. And there's Schilling, just got Stocker just yelled into him to take a look, because Stocker's the guy who's going to sneak in to try and cover. And Schilling does look him back and stop him. And this pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. There's Brian Jordan, a great athlete.
Pulled a string on Ali Say at that time, yes.
Straight change, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. He was way out in front of him.
Curt threw some really good fork balls his last time out in that game at San Francisco. He doesn't look like he's throwing that many of them today, but it was a real good changeup he just threw, 1 and 2.
Well, he has a good gas today, and it's very effective. They know it's coming, and they still can't hit it.
Boy, was that close. He wanted it, didn't get it. Two balls and 2 strikes on Ali Say. Pagnazzi, the on-deck batter, a right-handed hitter. The 2-2. Talk about good gas. There it is. Oh, did he fire that?
It didn't hurt that he showed that changeup, did it? It's a fastball, outside part of the plate with some zip on it.
Schilling's strikeout high this year is 9 twice as he throws a fastball by Alicea. Last time out against San Francisco, he struck out 9. Also had 9 against the Dodgers on the 23rd of April.
Here's where you got to be careful. You got the catcher hitting 8th coming up here now. With 2 outs, you don't want to give up this run.
Yeah, and Pagnazzi will just look to put a ball in play, too, with the way he fights it off the other way. Pagnazzi grounded his Stocker his first time up. They play him way around, even with a shortstop. And now Pratt's going to go out and talk to Schilling probably just about what you're talking about, Gary.
No question. Not to give him anything fat. To concentrate on his location if they're going to go after him. But don't be afraid to put him on and go after Osborne if necessary.
He throws a fastball in the outside corner. Pagnazzi looked like he was kind of approaching that pitch as if they weren't going to give him anything to hit.
Well, that wasn't anything to hit. You can't handle that pitch if he's going to put it there.
Yeah. That's Brian Jordan at second now with 2 outs. Pagnazzi, a little looper, and Duncan has it. Right off the end of the bat, and Mariano Duncan retreating, made a good play. And robs Pagnazzi. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies 2, Cardinals nothing.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers. Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why is Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Bella Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bella Lappy Company.
Your Quality Plus Ford dealers are #1 with the most versatile lineup of family wagons. Going on a picnic, to the store, or across country, there's a Ford wagon for every need. Now save up to $2,900 on a Ford Aerostar. Hurry, save thousands on every wagon in stock. Only at your #1 selling Quality Plus Ford dealer.
5 of the top 10 sellers, all American built quality. See your Ford dealer today. Get behind the wheel and turn the key.
Mike's the first guy that ever explained life insurance in a way that we could understand it.
Making things clear is the part of my job I like best.
He showed us all of the options that Nationwide has and even helped us choose.
It's training. Seminars and updates. It just never stops at Nationwide.
With life insurance, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we know Mike.
Agents like Mike are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
By Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Thorndale is Al Hanscom.
The Pittsburgh Pirates are coming to town tomorrow night. Jim Leland and company. And we'll have 2 of those games for you on Prism. Come on out to the ballpark and see the Phillies and the Pirates. Last time you'll see the Bucks here this year, 7:35 on Friday, 7:05 Saturday. Then that nostalgia game will be on Sunday afternoon at 1:35. This is the way the inning ended.
Yeah, well, we talked about being careful of Pagnazzi. He gets it off the end of the bat there. You see Duncan going back. And really, on a play like that, that glare really bothers the second baseman going back there. He makes a nice play.
He was playing deep, too, with 2 outs, of course, so he was able to go back and get that. If he's playing a double play depth, no chance. And Schilling will lead it off. Kurt popped up a bunt attempt his first time up. He's a 140 hitter with 6 hits and 43 at bats, 154 lifetime. No homers and 5 RBIs. There's Lenny Dykstra on deck. Lenny, of course, has been on base twice already with a single and a walk. Schilling tries to check on a breaking ball. Greg Bonas says yes. There's Dykstra's personal on deck circle. Talk about a guy marches to his own drummer. Broken bat comebacker to Osborne. Flips to Gerald Perry, and Schilling is out. 1 out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Dykstra. Base hit number 124 in the year. He leads the league in hits by 1 over Greg Jeffries. Coming into the game second in the league in walks with 85. John Kruk leading the league in walks. Unfortunately, Krucker had to leave early today with a sore left hip. We certainly hope John is all right. We'll be back in soon. Osborne misses high to Lenny.
Walked Lenny on 4 straight pitches his last at bat, then comes back with a pitch out of the strike zone here.
Well, even the guys with great control sometimes have trouble throwing strikes to Dykstra because they know what a good eye he has and how patient he is. And then he'll set a hitter up and he'll look for a first ball and hit out of the ballpark sometimes.
I think that's what he's got going for him. They know if he's sitting there looking fastball that he could juice him.
Yeah. Oh, and he likes to do that. I mean, he likes to get in a situation where he thinks a pitcher thinks, well, he's just going to take one, and he'll turn on it. He's so strong. 3-0 to him. Osborne throws a strike. Osborne with just 35 walks coming into the game and 123 in third innings. And very good control for the last couple of months. 3-1 to Dykstra. Ball 4. He walked him again. Only 2 walks for Osborne today, both to Dykstra. Lenny's a 1-out base runner for Mariano Duncan, who was grounded into a double play and struck out. Duncan has been up 3 times today, and every time he's come to home plate, Dykstra's been on first base.
Predicting a hit and run in this at bat here.
Oh, he picked him off. See, Perry's throw is in time, and they got him. Dykstra was going to run on the first pitch, and Osborne moved over and got him, and that'll break Lenny's consecutive base stealing streak at 18.
What Osborne does, he doesn't have a good move over there, but he has a slow leg lift so that if he sees the runner breaking at all, he can still get over to first base. Lenny going, like a lot of base runners will do against a good left-hander, is go on the first move that he makes, anticipating that he's going to go to the plate.
Yeah, he just guessed wrong, and Osborne guessed right and got him. And now Duncan hits it high in the air to right field. Who's going to get it? Langford, the center fielder, runs it down. And the Phils are gone here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through 5, 2-0 Phillies.
What is a mountain man's natural environment? Let's explore. A mountain man enjoys peaceful surroundings. A place where gentle winds blow. And the beauty of nature is all about. Only here does the mountain man find true happiness. With a smooth bush beer or an easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and find out how the true mountain man can make any environment a more natural one.
It was for immigrants and their children and their dreams. It was for families. For new beginnings. And today, there's still just one reason why we always do our best. It's for you. Mellon PSFS.
The Phillies look to cook a Canadian goose when they play Montreal Tuesday, August 10th and Wednesday, August 11th at 7:35 and Thursday, August 12th at 12:35 and a business person special. Then Bonilla, Doc, and the Mets make a house call Friday, August 13th, 7:35, Saturday, August 14th, 7:05, and Sunday, August 15th at 1:35 when kids 14 and under get a free Phillies road jersey. Call 463-1000.
And there's a look at downtown Philadelphia. You can see Gary Maddox's office right there. Look up Broad Street. Yeah. The Eagles practice field right there. And their indoor facility. And there is the vet shown from the Gulf Oil airship. That thing is 5.5 stories high, 197 feet long, 2/3 the size of a football field. And cruises at an altitude of about 1,000 feet, the speed of 35 miles per hour, piloted by Peter Buckley. Good overhead view to set the defenses. Kevin Osborne will lead it off for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning, followed by Bernard Gilkey and Ozzie Smith. There are the totals on the ballgame. Good pitching by both these guys. Schilling and Osborne. Donovan hits a line drive. Stocker bobbled it and then threw him out. That ball looked like it fooled Stocker a little bit. Osborne wasn't running because he thought he was going to catch it, and then it landed right at his feet and he threw him out.
Stocker moved quickly on this ball, but off the bat of a left-hander, the ball's going back against the way he's going, so it kind of handcuffs him a little bit. He stays with it. Watch now, off the bat of the left-hander, that ball's going back towards third base while Stocker's going towards second, and it handcuffs him. But he stays with it, makes a nice play. Osborne had stopped about a quarter of the way down because he thought when the ball hit his glove, he had it.
Figures he just hit a line drive out. He's not going to run on a hot day like this. Gilkey's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Pitch to Bernard is inside. Gilkey at .319 with a career-high 9 homers. This guy is a native of St. Louis and has just ripped the Phillies apart this year. And he calls time and gets it. Phillies will be very happy not to see Bernard Gilkey for a while.
Well, they've still beaten him 5 times here.
Oh yeah, they've had pretty good luck with the Cardinals here. Not much luck with this guy, who's turning into a fine player. Tops that one towards short. Stocker. 2 outs. Kevin Stocker getting a lot of chances today. In his first game back.
Well, he definitely feels comfortable playing shortstop.
Nice actions. Ozzie Smith coming to bat. And Larry Rosen will have a vintage vision coming up after this half inning with one of the most famous Cardinals of them all, Lou Brock.
For Stocker and for any player coming up defensively, you know, if you let the pressure of being in the big leagues gets to you, then you're not going to play as well as you can. You can see that Stocker is very comfortable. His attitude is good, and he's handling the pressure well here.
Smith fouls it away, left side, out of play. Nice going. A lot of people off from work today. And Ozzie Smith steps out. He is grounded to third, grounded to short. Ozzie 0 for 2 at 285. Pops it foul first base side. Smith coming into the game, a .346 hitter right-handed, .263 from the left side with 1 homer, 39 runs batted in, 8 more than he had all last year. You can see his numbers against Schilling. The sun comes out brightly once again. Here comes Stocker. Chances in that inning. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-0 Phillies. Time now for this afternoon's Vintage Vision as Larry Rosen recalls the career of all-time Cardinal great Lou Brock.
He is one of the clearest symbols of Cardinal baseball in the storied history of the St. Louis franchise. But Lou Brock was not an original Cardinal. He broke in as a Chicago Cub, but was obtained by St. Louis in one of the most lopsided trades in baseball history. Brock for pitcher Ernie Broglio. Back in 1964, Brock says, the Cardinal faithful were more than miffed, acquiring a young player who Brock himself says had 2 left feet and couldn't do anything right.
The good news in Chicago, the headline read, the Cubs had just pulled off the greatest steal since the Brink robbery. Got to St. Louis, and there was a headline that being divine, you have gone to the living end. So it was not a popular trade at the time, and I was somewhat caught in the middle of that. Although my collection of that was just the satisfaction of being in the big leagues. And certainly my career took off the other way, and the 20-game winner career went just the opposite way, and all of a sudden people now call this one of the most lopsided trades ever in the history of baseball.
Brock went on to compile 3,000 hits and rewrite the stolen base record, all on the road to Cooperstown.
Next telecast coming up, 2 of them on Prism tomorrow night at 7:30. Larry Rose in the pregame show at 7. And our ball game on Saturday night will be at 7 o'clock with a pregame at 6:30. Then on Sunday afternoon, 1:30, the starting time, the Phillies and the Pirates on PHL 17.
Chris, I remember a story about Lou Brock. We just saw that on him, that little piece that Larry Rosen had done. I mean, I remember one time, crucial game, he was on first base. Steve Carlton was on the mound. Tim McCarver was catching. He stole second base standing up. I mean, they were trying to get him, pick him off or do whatever. He stole the base standing up. He had base stealing down to a science.
Oh, he really revolutionized it.
I mean, as far even to the point of counting how many steps it takes to go, how far he should be on each lead and things like that. It's exceptional talent.
Ricky Jordan's second at bat of the game after replacing John Kruk. He left with a sore hip. Ricky hit a fly ball to center his first time up. Kruk was 0 for 1 before leaving. Here is Kirk Schilling being cooled off in the dugout. That ball is ripped just foul third base side. Jordan, Hollins, and Cavilla here in the 6th. Schilling is a big guy. He is 6'4", 215 pounds, and he's only 26 years old. But this day will make him feel a lot older.
Well, those towels look familiar. You know, Jeff Cooper will dip those in ammonia water and a bucket of ice and ammonia water, and you put those on your neck.
Refreshing.
Yes. At least you think it is. He has the ice in the box for the players that come in to stand in ice. It's usually up the tunnel somewhere.
That's Mark Anderson with him, the Phillies trainer. Jeff and Mark do such a good job.
Some of those ammo nitrate capsules floating around there too. Guys trying to get their second win.
Jordan checks swings on a breaking ball and fouls it back, and it's 1-2 on Ricky.
Is that legal? Did I? Yeah, you say it with a frown on your face. It's
sure. I think if it isn't, we'll find out.
DEA here.
Oh, that'll be fun. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jordan. Osborne comes inside with a fastball, 2-2. Jordan swings and misses in an all-time bat toss. That baby's in the outfield. Strikeout number 4 for Donovan Osborne. 1 out here in the 6th. This is a good one.
You know how strong you have to be to even throw it that far?
That's what I mean. That's one of the best I've ever seen.
I mean, it's in the outfield on a fly.
That beats a lot of the ones Johnstone used to have, and he could throw it a long way.
It has to do something with your ability to hit, because Johnstone can hit.
That's right. Hollins has been on twice today without a hit. Dave lived on an error by Gerald Perry, the first baseman. He also was hit by a pitch and scored on Chamberlain's home run, and Donovan Osborne has hit the 100 mark. A lot of pitches to several hitters and all those fouls. There's a base hit for Hollins in the hole to left off a changeup. And Dave has his first hit of the game.
Good idea as far as pitch selection, but a bad location. It's an off-speed pitch, but look where it is, right over the plate. See, the off-speed pitch gets the hitter off balance, but it has to be in a certain location, which makes him reach for it. If he's off balance and you're throwing the ball right over the plate, he's still going to be able to get good wood on it.
That's hit number 4 for the Phillies. Here's Incavilla, who's fly to center and struck out. Here's a guy the Phillies desperately want to get going when they face a lot of these left-handers that are going to come along. 2 for the Pirates over the weekend. Towering pop-up foul and out of play. Pittsburgh Pirates here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we'll be on Friday night at 7:30, Saturday at 7. Friday night, Bob Walk and Ben Rivera. Saturday, Randy Tomlin and Danny Jackson. Steve Cook on Sunday for the Pirates against the old undecided for the Phillies.
You know, the Pirates are down in the standings, but they give a feel of the Phillies trouble. I mean, there's a rivalry there that automatically means close and exciting ball games. It gets both teams riled up.
Be a good series. The undecided for Sunday, of course, is because Tommy Green has to miss a start, at least one. They'll make a determination later in the week whether or not he'll miss more than that.
You know, Tommy Green being out, yeah, it's a loss for the Phillies, but part of the season. I'm more concerned with John Kruk, an everyday player who means a lot to this ball club. I hope he's better. I think you can afford to lose Tommy Green. Every team is going to have that problem. And, you know, we have what we hope is a good bullpen and get a good spot starter out of it. But, you know, you can't cry over losing a pitcher for a start or two. That's going to happen to every team.
2 balls and 1 strike on Incaviglia. Change up, 2-2.
That's why they tell you, one thing you do, you have a tendency to overthink when you're in a slump. You want to try different things every time up there. But what they'll tell you to do, go up there and see the ball and hit it. You overthink, and the next thing you know, you're going to forget about a pitch like that. Changeup was not even in his mind. He had something else he was thinking about. Just see the ball and try and hit it hard somewhere.
Probably thinking he's going to get a fastball. 2-2. Hollins with a lead off first, and Osborne moves over there. Osborne has picked 1 runner off today. Got Lenny Dykstra leaving early. That, of course, is classified as a caught stealing because Dykstra was tagged out at second. Another change up and missed, 3-2. Incaviglia has been striking out quite a bit. Now we'll see whether or not Fregosi starts a runner. You know, this might be one of those situations where he just doesn't do it. With Chamberlain on deck, who has a home run, he wouldn't want to see a strikeout double play. We'll see.
And the possibility, even if he steals the base, of pitching around Chamberlain.
Well, I think if Incaviglia were swinging well, no doubt you'd start Hollins. There's Dave. There he goes, and he grounds it to third, so they stay out of the double play. It's a low throw to first, dug out. And Hollins moves up to second, and here comes Chamberlain.
I mean, you have to walk Chamberlain in this situation. Not so much because he hit a home run, and that has something to do with it, I'm sure, but you got a base open, it sets a force in play, and you have Todd Pratt, who's just not playing a lot, so you would want to go against a guy like that, I would think.
Pagnozzi looks in the dugout, and that's exactly what they tell him to do. They walk him as Todd Burns starts to throw. He pitched here in game number 1. So they will take the bat out of Chamberlain's hands. And Pratt.
Now, this is not part of the pitch count, correct?
Exactly right.
Because he's handing him the ball and not really throwing it. You don't have to explain it. You just know them, right?
That's right. I mean, he can't explain some of the rules. You just know what they are. Joe Torre, who just made that decision.
Todd Pratt knows better than anybody why they had to walk Chamberlain in that situation. But the fact that they did, he's going to motivate himself to say, hey, you can't pitch around that guy to get to me like that. Most hitters will do that and try and bear down, and usually will have a good at-bat.
I'll tell you, this Todd Pratt, I mean, Phillies fans don't know much about him because he doesn't play much, but he's a very popular guy on the ball club, has a very outgoing personality, and he is an intense guy.
And he's a very good hitter.
And he is a good hitter. And as evidenced by the fact that he hits opposite field homers. We'll see what he can do with Osborne. He comes right in on his thumbs and he fouls it off. He had a very aggressive first swing.
I think the knock on Pratt, if there were a knock in spring training, was pretty much his defensive abilities and not his ability to hit. I think they impressed him a lot. I think he impressed the Phillies a lot as a hitter.
Here are his numbers with runners in scoring position. He has one, and Dave Hollins at second. Chamberlain's at first. Came in with a fastball and then tried to get him to fish for a changeup, and he stayed off at 1-1.
Well, he had a very funny injury earlier this year, didn't he? He swung at a pitch and hurt his ankle, ended up going on the DL. Was it his ankle or his knee?
It was his ankle. That hit him. Osborne tried to come inside on Friday, and he hit him. Second hit batter. And that'll bring up Stocker with him loaded, 2 outs. Kevin has doubled and struck out.
Well, again, I mean, look at Pratt. Looking away. He can, you know, if you're just standing up there passively or not looking in one particular direction, you can get out of the way of that ball. But he was looking away. Ball's a little bit inside, and it just barely grazed him.
Yeah, both the hit batters today have been just like that, barely grazing the hitters. The other one was Hollins. Now Pagnazzi goes out to talk to Osborne. Here comes Joe Coleman, the pitching coach. Todd Burns continues to throw.
And this is where you find out a lot about Stocker. If you want to judge his hitting ability, now it's a situation where the Cardinals are going to bear down on him. And Coleman's coming out there now in a situation where he's saying, maybe you're not familiar with this guy, but let's go at him this way. And they're going to bear down, and Stocker's going to bear down. And you can judge pretty much how they want to work him when they want to try and get this guy out.
Stocker fouled off 6 or 7 pitches his last time up before striking out. Well, if you're looking for great movies, keep your TV tuned to Prism next week for movies like City of Joy with Patrick Swayze, Falling from Grace, John Cougar Mellencamp. Stay tuned with John Ritter and Pam Dauber. Love Hurts with Jeff Daniels. Mo Money with David Waymans. And A League of Their Own with Gina Davis and Tom Hanks. Just some of the great movies coming your way this August on Prism, the only place to be. In this, the summer of '93, and what an exciting summer it's been so far.
There's no crying in baseball. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You see the movie? Tom Hanks was hilarious.
That's a good movie. Way outside. Hanks had a great role for him, I would think, in that movie because he got to eat a lot and get fat for it. That's very good. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Phillies lead at 2-0. We're in the 6th. Big spot in this ball game. Good pitch by Osborne. Catches the outside corner. Stocker choking up a little on the bat. He's a natural right-handed hitter.
No adjustment by the Cardinal outfield based on his double he had the last at bat. It was over in the right center gap, and they haven't moved.
He's pitching him away, too. 2-1. Osborne's pitched inside quite a bit today, and all 3 of these pitches have been away to Stocker. You've been hot in this series. What are they going to do here? In, out?
Well, I think they had a lot of success with the off-speed pitch in Stocker. In fact, that's what they struck him out on.
3-1 as Kevin Stocker has a good eye. That looked like it might have been a fastball away. So Osborne's got to come in with something here. Schilling is on deck. He has walked 3, 1 intentionally, and hit 2 batters. Unusual for Donovan Osborne, who has good control. And the crowd getting into it. 3 balls and 1 strike to Kevin Stocker. He walked it. What a terrific at bat by the kid. Ball 4. Stocker picks up an RBI, his 5th. Phillies lead it 3-0.
I don't know if that was so much a good at bat as it was a bad performance by a pitcher who has pretty good control. I think he let the situation get the best of him. You know, a pitcher has to rear back and throw the ball the way he naturally does. He appeared to be aiming it at that time and was nowhere close. I mean, he didn't give Stocker a chance to even chase anything bad.
So Schilling, the batter, with them loaded, and a run in for the Phillies as they've taken advantage of some wildness by Osborne in this inning. And Schilling fouls it off. Kurt today is 0 for 2. He popped up a bunt attempt to the pitcher Osborne and grounded back to Donovan. Joe Torre figuring, well, he's going to go with Osborne, at least 1 more hitter. I think he can get out of this inning with the pitcher up there in 2 outs.
You know, I think Tewksbury summed it up best when he referred to the Cardinals. He said, first off, he said, let's give the Phillies some credit. He said, but we're not pitching the way we're capable of pitching, so how can we expect to be in ball games? And this is a good indication of that.
Schilling fouls it back, but they have had a very, very difficult road trip that ends today. Their relief pitchers have pitched 33 2/3 innings. first 9 games of the trip, and they've used him in 4 or more innings in 4 out of the last 5 games. So they have just had a lot of pitching problems lately, and the Phillies have contributed to that.
Well, and the momentum now swings to the Philadelphia Phillies. When they left St. Louis the last time, we know it was with the Cardinals.
This is going to be a tough play for Zeal. He won't get anybody. Curt Schilling took a belly whopper into first. He didn't need to, but he gets a base hit and an RBI. It's 4-0, and a lot of things are going right all of a sudden.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have a little luck. I mean, but Curt Schilling swings over the top of that, and with 2 outs, Zeal is way back, and he just can't get there.
And with a right-hander in the bullpen, left-hander Osborne looks like he's going to stay in for Dykstra. Lenny is a perfect 1-for-1 today with 2 walks. Curt Schilling's 2nd run batted in of the year, his 2nd overall, and his 6th in his career, and he took a header into first, thinking he needed that to beat the play. And this crowd is roaring again. That's the way it's been all week here. Eric Gregg is asked to move again by Terry Tata. And Lenny Dykstra asked him to move. The pitch to Lenny. All walk. Dykstra has a chance to break it open. It's 4-0 here in the 6th. Phillies, as they scored 2 times in this inning on 2 hits. And now Torrey's seen enough. He was going to try and get through this with Osborne pitching to Dykstra, but now he's going to have to make a change to the right-hander Todd Burns. And as Torrey goes to the mound, Todd Burns comes in. We're going to pause and be back right after these messages.
We know how to help you save during the Dodge 93 model clearance. Check out the lowest priced 6-passenger car out there, Dodge Spirit, with air and no extra charge, to keep your family happy. For a total of over $2,500 in savings. A great value at around $12,100.
Is this correct?
Absolutely. The factory authorized 93 model clearance. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
There are lots of ways to have fun at a baseball game besides the game. Now, the games. The Phillies give Colorado a Rocky Mountain Low Monday, August 23rd, and Tuesday, the 24th at 7:35, and Wednesday, the 25th at 12:35 in a business person special. Then Cincinnati turns red Friday, August 27th at 7:35, Saturday, the 28th at 7:05, and Sunday, the 29th at 1:35 when kids get a baseball jacket free. Call 463-1000.
Here's Curt Schilling's infield hit with Todd Zeal playing back in 2 outs. But you see, I think any base running coach will tell you that you can't speed up by diving, but Curt Schilling doesn't know that, and he gets in there head first.
Yeah, he's thinking that's a big run if he can beat it. He's a dirty uni player too. And he is pitching great this afternoon. He's given up 1 hit through 6 thus far and has a shutout.
Boy, the best way to get something, some momentum, is to get a run and get something to pick you up. You'll catch that second breath in a hurry.
Donovan Osborne leaves for Todd Burns, newly acquired right-hander. They just got him from the Texas Rangers organization. He is 6'2", 195-pounder. Living in Huntsville, Alabama. Has been in the major leagues with Oakland and Texas. Phillies saw him the other night in the first game in this series.
Yeah, he balked in a run. You remember, I think it was Dave Hollins that was on third, or was it Dykstra, when with 2 outs, he balked in a run. Big run at the time, if I remember.
Yeah, it was in the 4th inning, the first inning he came into. Well, that gives us a chance now to remind you that the Phillies family autograph and auction for the benefit of ALS has been sold out. Tickets will not be sold at this point or the night of the event on Monday, but people interested in the live auction, you can still purchase a ticket for the auction. Call 463-1000. Lenny Dykstra, the batter, he grounded out against Todd Burns on Tuesday night when Burns worked 2 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and the 1 run on the balk. And the first pitch is a strike call. The bases remain loaded. All the responsibility of Donovan Osborne. There are 2 outs, and the Phillies have 2 runs in the inning and lead 4-0. Jones has come in and done the job with 2 strikes. Here are the runners. Todd Pratt at third base, Kevin Stocker at second, and Kurt Schilling on at first. A ball and 2 strikes on Dykstra. Took him out on 3 pitches, and Lenny fires the helmet down on home plate. But the Phillies pick up 2 runs in the inning on just 2 hits, no errors, and they leave them loaded. Through 6, it's 4-0 Phils.
If you want your car done right, bring it to a place that puts its money where its mouth is. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, where millions of cars every year are covered by our pledge of satisfaction.
Everybody says they'll do the job right, but at Jiffy Lube, we guarantee it. One more reason Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
You've seen it before. The ones who run with the herd, and the one who always seems to run alone. You don't see him often enough, though.
It's for the mountains of food.
Darren Dalton, Madonna, Lenny Dykstra, Gina Davis, John Kruk, Rosie O'Donnell, Jim Fregosi, Tom Hanks, the Phillies, and the Peaches. The hottest teams in baseball. 2 teams in a league of their own, and only one channel's got them both, Prism. Whether it's at the vet or on the silver screen, it's the most exciting baseball action of the summer. From your baseball crazy friends at Prism, the only place to be for the summer of '93.
All fans receive a great-looking poster, compliments of Thriftway. The teams wear uniforms from 1933. The Phillies play the Pirates on Nostalgia Day, Sunday, August 1st at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
And a happy crowd here at Veterans Stadium, at least if you're a Phillies fan, as the Phils lead 4-0 through 6. Sun-drenched crowd. That looked like a shot from the bleachers at Wrigley Field. Interesting collection of tattoos. Jay Johnstone rejoins us.
How about Kurt Schilling diving into first base to make sure? Does that exemplify the heart of this team? I mean, here's a guy that wanted that extra run. You know, it's hot out there, and here he is. He's got a chance for maybe a hit. Schilling doesn't get too many hits, you know. He's only had, he was 6 for 42 coming into today's game. So it's got to show you a little heart and what this team is made up of.
So another great shot there from the Gulf Oil airship. It's piloted by Peter Buckley and giving us some tremendous aerial photos today. And there is that, well, they call it an airship. Sometimes you call them a blimp.
What happened to blimp? I mean, I was always told it was a blimp for Lasorda.
Here's Langford. He struck out twice today. Langford, Zeal, and Jordan to face Schilling in the 7th inning. See if that little excursion on the bases took anything out of Schilling. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kurt has walked 2, struck out 5. I would think the Cardinals are going to battle like heck in these last 3 innings because they really need this game badly.
Well, they still have a pretty good bench there, don't they?
Witten is on the bench. Schilling misses high, 3-1. He has struck out Langford twice looking today. Jeffries is a maybe. He didn't start the game. Don't know if he's available or not. Langford hits it deep to center field. A long run Dykstra ball's really carried and hit the very top of the wall, and here it comes back, and Langford will have a triple with his great speed. Ball missed a home run. It couldn't have missed it by more than a foot.
I think Lenny thought that might have been out there because what he did was he got too close to the wall. And you don't see Dykstra make too many mistakes in the outfield. And good thing Chamberlain was over there to back him up, or that's an inside the park run. See how close Lenny got to the wall right on the track, and then the ball just bounced right over his head. Well, maybe Lenny, thinking that ball might go off the black tarp out there, just got a little too close to it.
Well, it really took off, too. As we expected, it's going to carry today. Just haven't been that many balls hit that hard to the outfield.
You got to give Schilling credit for that.
Zeal swings and misses at a high fastball. I saw triple number 3 on the year for Ray Langford. Zeal has walked and gotten on base on an infield hit. Or excuse me, he's 0 for 2. That's Brian Jordan. He's lined to left and fly to center, and he's 0-2 now on Schilling. Ray Langford at third base. Phillies, of course, have the infield all the way back as they lead 4-0 in the 7th. Now Dykstra moves towards right center as Zeal is down in the count, and he plays the count so well. Roger Mason starting to throw in the bullpen. Pitcher can go quickly on a day this hot. They want to make sure. Slider, chopper, Duncan have to hurry, and he won't get it. It's a tough play, and he couldn't get there. There'll be a base hit for Todd Zeal. Langford scores, and it's a 4-1 game now in favor of the Phillies.
Duncan broke towards second base. I think he thought the ball was hit a lot harder than it was, and then you see him come in a little bit, because after the ball, where it hit, it just kind of died on the turf. Normally that doesn't happen. He had to change his direction, and then the throw was late because of him having to run so far to get the ball.
That's RBI number 62 for Todd Zeal. First run of the game for St. Louis, their 3rd hit. And here is Jordan. Rips a foul straight back. Brian Jordan 1 for 1 with a walk, an infield hit, and a stolen.
This has got to be a very pivotal inning for him, as you said, running the bases out in that hot turf and the weather the way it is.
Jordan fouls another one off. Well, he had Todd Zeal 2 strikes and made a good pitch to him, and Zeal just got a little infield base hit. Here is Ray Langford, who tripled off the wall in right center and just scored a run. Nobody out here in the 7th inning. Schilling struck him out with a good breaking ball. He really made Jordan look bad. That's strikeout number 6 for Schilling.
Well, at least his curveball is still working good. Look at the drop and the bite on that one. Ball broke right down from the strike zone, and Zeal had to dig it out of, Pratt had to dig it right out of the dirt. As we take a look at the pitch count, 85 pitches so far.
That's not that bad, really.
No.
Gerald Perry, the batter. Dangerous left-handed batter with power. He's grounded into a double play and struck out. Alicea, switch hitter on deck. Fouled off left side, off the upper deck and back down into the crowd.
To give you an idea how warm it is on the turf, look at the outfield now, how it started to dry up in spots.
Yeah, the sun's baking that outfield pretty good right now.
Sure is.
2-1 as he missed outside.
And there's that great shot from the airship, the blimp by Gulf.
2-1. Tried to check, couldn't. Strike 2.
That's another great pitch. That ball was right on the corner at the knees, sinking to perfection, right where Pratt had his glove. Doesn't look like Schilling has lost much from that running the bases.
Want to be careful with Perry because he can bomb one. Foul away left side. Four runs, 5 hits, no errors. Phil's a run, 3 hits, and an error for St. Louis. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gerald Perry. Struck him out on a perfect pitch away. Looked like Perry was trying to pull it, and he had no chance. Number 7 for Schilling.
Schilling with a 7 strikeout, as Chris said. Look at the location on this pitch, right at the knees on the outside corner. It's called painting the corner. And said Perry kind of looked like he opened up a little bit, looking maybe for something in.
The only thing he could have done with that was hit it to left field, and he was opening up too much. Alisea fouls it away left side. Luis has struck out twice today. Schilling strikeout high 9 for the year, twice. One time in his last outing at San Francisco. Pagnazzi is the on-deck batter. Then Todd Burns would bat. And they have the bullpen. Well, nobody's warming up as of yet. They had somebody up a little while ago. Alisea swings and misses at a good breaking ball. Schilling has had outstanding stuff today. I mean, he's got a 90-plus fastball, very good breaking ball, and he's mixed in some off-speed changeups.
And the location of the pitches has been fabulous. Come in when he wants to and then goes away.
What a difference in the Curt Schilling we're seeing today and the Curt Schilling the Cardinals saw last time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zeal leads off first. Pitch is low. And it's a full count to Alisea. Ricky Jordan reminding Schilling that he's going to play off Todd Zeal with a full count. Zeal will be off on the pitch. Fouled away, out of play.
I bet we have 53,000 here today.
It's over 50, that's for sure. In the 40s all week.
A great day for baseball.
There goes Zeal, and it's fouled again by Alisea. So they're really making Schilling work in this inning. Probably means he's not going to go all the way today. He's had a tough 7th inning, and he's not out of it yet. Zeal off on the pitch, and Alisea hits it the deep left center, and Incaviglia's playing him really shallow. It'll be over his head. Bounces off the wall. Zeal's going to score. Alisea has a double, and it's 4-2 Phillies.
Well, that was a surprise. You don't expect Alisea to hit a ball that far and that deep to left field.
Right, because Incaviglia was really shallow on him.
You can see how far Incaviglia has to run on that ball, and the ball bounced just short of the fence on the warning track.
Here comes Fregosi. He figures right now that Schilling just might be out of gas, and with Pagnazzi up, he's going to go to Roger Mason. Schilling, terrific outing here this afternoon, and he just might be done. He's definitely out of the game. So Jim Fregosi talks to Curt Schilling. The crowd on their feet anticipating Schilling leaving the game, and here he goes. At exactly 100 pitches. And as Roger Mason hits the mound, we'll break and be back after this.
When you work one job, grab a quick lunch, a quicker dinner, and move on to job number 2, how you gonna spell relief? That's a big relief you can feel, because Rolaids absorbs 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid to stop heartburn fast. So for millions, there's only one way to spell 100% relief. Rolaids spells 100% relief.
For months now, reports of the legendary two-footed object have been growing.
Anything? Nothing. Must be big. Even Chet's seen it. We're getting something. Coming over the hill, Sarge. Hit the lights, boys!
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot Pizza, the legendary value from Pizza Hut. With 2 square feet and a tasty new crust you can't get anywhere else. All for $10.99.
Okay, folks, let's break it up.
Bigfoot Pizza, the biggest pizza you can get delivered.
And there's Curt Schilling on the bench now as he pitches 6 2/3 innings. There is his line. Alicea, the runner at second base, still his responsibility. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Great stuff this afternoon. Might have run out of gas here in the 7th inning. But as we mentioned at the beginning of this inning, you just expected the Cardinals to fight like heck the rest of the way in this game because they need this so bad. And they're back in it now at 4-2. Roger Mason, the numbers on the big right-hander. Mason with the Phillies is 2-0 in 11 games with a 5.09 earned run average. This will be his 12th appearance for the Phillies. Phillies acquired him from San Diego. And that'll bring up Tom Pagnazzi to face Mason. With Alicea at second base. And Rod Brewer in the on-deck circle to bat for Todd Burns. Mason in the game on Monday pitched 2 2/3 innings, and he was the winning pitcher. And he faced Pagnazzi once and got him out.
Pagnazzi, after coming back from surgery back in May, has hit right exactly at 328 games. He's 30 for 100.
Mason can make a right-hander really pull off with that hard breaking ball he throws, and he got Pagnazzi's shoulder flying then.
He's got a big break, doesn't he, on that breaking ball?
That's sharp.
Almost like a slurve. But with a little more bite to it, and it goes down.
And all his arms and legs coming at you. That big 6-foot body of his, 6'6". Pagnazzi, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the breaking ball, and he pops it up left field. Here comes Incaviglia. He grabs it. Cardinals are out in the 7th as Roger Mason does the job. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. 4-2 Phils.
Just isn't good enough.
Hey, that's super premium. Do you really think you need that high in octane for your car?
I don't know, but I do know this. I feel my car runs better on premium, and I have other things to worry about.
You don't take any chances, do you?
I figure if I put the best in, I'll get the best out.
So when good just isn't good enough for you, experience our best. Fly with the new Superpower. Citgo.
#1 in America.
Only your Quality Plus Ford dealer has the #1 selling car in America, the Ford Taurus. For a limited time, drive the Taurus for just $249 a month for 24 months. Loaded with value, $249 per month is a great payment on Taurus. Hurry, it's only available at your #1 selling Quality Plus Ford dealer.
5 of the top 10 sellers, all American build quality. See your Ford dealer today. Get behind the wheel and turn the key.
From the director of The Mission and The Killing Fields.
Why did you come here, Max?
I came to find enlightenment.
What is it that you do in America?
I was a doctor.
We desperately need a doctor here full-time.
Don't try to recruit me. You got your non-practicing Catholics? I'm a non-practicing doctor. Patrick Swayze.
You want to change things, you have to risk.
In an epic motion picture.
Never felt more alive.
City of Joy.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Can you reduce your risk of liver cancer? Sure you can. There are risk factors you can control. Regular alcohol drinkers are 5 times more likely to get this disease. Giving up smoking and drinking are obviously wise choices.
And from the Gulf Oil Airship, I believe that's that pool over at FDR Park down here in South Philadelphia near the vet. As a lot of the youngsters are having a good time on this hot afternoon. And we thank Peter Buckley and his crew up there in the airship for giving us these terrific aerial shots all day. Todd Burns remains in the game. He came in and struck out Lenny Dykstra on 3 pitches after Donovan Osborne had gone to 1-0 on Dykstra with the bases loaded. That was a big out because it kept the game at 4-0. Cardinals came back and got 2 in the 7th inning, and now it's a 4-2 game. Duncan, Jordan, and Hollins to face Todd Burns. Now you see the totals in a good ball game. Well pitched on both sides as Duncan fouls it away. Both the starters are now gone. Osborne went 5 2/3. Schilling 6 2/3. Look for too many complete games on a day like this.
No.
Schilling had to work really hard in that 7th inning, and Fregosi finally came and got him. Duncan of center field and deep, but it's playable. Ray Langford the play, one away. That ball got in on him, and he really didn't get extended. Langford, who got the Cardinals inning started with a triple and scored their first run, and they added another. Ricky Jordan 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to center, struck out on both of his at-bats off Osborne. Todd Burns, a breaking ball for a strike.
Burns has a very big breaking ball also, Chris.
Here's Kurt Schilling, who's taking off that uniform top.
He did a heck of a job today.
Yeah, he sure did. His day is over, and he pitched very well. You know he wanted to get out of that inning and couldn't quite do it. Now it's up to the bullpens for the Cardinals to try and keep it close, and for the Phillies to try and close it out. Just missed outside, 1-2. Hollins on deck. Zeal, 2 down.
Hey, don't forget it's Phillies Dream Week time again. Your chance to have some fun with the pros in February in Clearwater. There's the phone number right there on your screen, 938-1200. You've been hearing all about it. First week is already sold out. Just imagine going down on the beach in February with Lazinski and Taylor and Boa and Wheeler and Jacoby and all those crazy goofs. Well, make that phone call now. Come on down. It's a great time. Dream Week, Phillies Dream Week.
Dave Hollins has been on base all 3 times today. Once on an error, once on a hit batsman, once on a base hit, and he scored a couple runs. Todd Burns turned 30 years old on July the 6th. Originally drafted by Oakland. 7th round, June of '84. And he's come in throwing strikes. He's done a good job. Hollins didn't think it was a strike.
Talk about a serious, intense player. You can magnify that about 100 times with Dave Hollins. He'll never give you an excuse for anything. Big reason. The hand they operate on him, the broken bone, over 15 stitches.
Here comes Ozzie Smith. Patented Ozzie play on the run, throws him out. Strong inning for Burns. That will be his last. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're through 7. Bills lead by 2.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Beer. You gotta hit the ground running.
Your Quality Plus Ford dealers have the #1 selling trucks. Save $1,300 now on a well-equipped Ford F-150, the #1 selling truck in the world. Or drive a loaded Ranger for just $199 per month for 24 months. The new Ranger Splash is the hottest pickup in town. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer, the home of 5 of the top 10 sellers.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
It's the 4th Business Person Special of the season. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. Thursday, August 12th at 12:35 when the Phillies play the young, explosive Expos. Put some exciting baseball on your calendar. Call 463-1000.
The Phillies, the Pirates. It's an Eastern Division showdown live from the Vet Friday night at 7:30 exclusively on Prism, the home game home of the Phillies.
Well, here's a scoring summary on the ball game. The Phillies building up a 4-0 lead. Cardinals coming back with 2 in the 7th. Kurt Schilling 6 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. Wes Chamberlain a 2-run homer, and Dave Hollins 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. And Dave Hollins is gone for the day as Kim Batiste will come in and play third base here in the 8th inning. And Joe Torre will go to his bench for the first time. And Rod Brewer, his best left-handed pinch hitter, will come out, at least average-wise. 8 for 25 with a homer, 6 runs batted in. There are the overall numbers on Rod Brewer facing Roger Mason. Brewer fouls it off. Then to the top of the order, Bernard Gilkey and Ozzie Smith. David West is up in the Phillies bullpen in right field and throwing, and there is Rob Murphy, left-hander. He'll be the new Cardinal pitcher. Rod Brewer out of Apopka, Florida. That's near Orlando, and attended the University of Florida on a football scholarship, and also played baseball there.
I dare you to spell it.
Popka, A-P-O-P-K-A. That's close, I think. Popped him up. Foul. And it is out of play. It's going to hit right on top of the dugout. Pratt just ran out of room. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rod Brewer, who's been up parts of 3 seasons with the Cardinals. This will be his 4th.
Big guy, too. Look at him.
He's a first baseman outfielder. Yeah, he's a football player.
Well, looking at him kind of reminds me of the Minnesota Twins' Kent Herbeck. Almost a very similar stance.
Mason fooled him, but he got a piece of it. Fouled it off third base side, out of play. Nice catch by a fan in the stands. Some high-fiving over there. There they are. People are probably happy because the shadows are just starting to come down over their location. The sun is out brightly. We've had a few clouds today. 1 and 2 to Rod Brewer. Pratt framed it, but it was low and outside, says Terry Tata. 2 and 2 on the pinch hitter Brewer. Roger Mason came in and retired Pagnazzi in the 7th. Now pitching into the 8th inning. Oof. Boy, are they close. He's trying to stay away from Brewer's power and not getting that pitch on the outside corner or off the outside corner.
He's got to be careful with that pitch away, too. He doesn't want to get it up. Brewer likes the ball up and out over the plate.
Another foul out of play. Phillies need 6 more outs as they lead in this game 4-2. And you see Todd Pratt wants a fastball away. Brewer hits it to left center. Long run in Cavilla. It's his all the way, and Inky runs it down. Good play by Incaviglia. Dykstra had no shot, and that looked like it could be trouble, and Incaviglia just ran it down.
Well, what you don't see on the play out there is Dykstra running over, yelling encouragement to Incaviglia, letting him know where the warning track was, where the fence is. You can see Dykstra coming over, hollering, saying, you're okay, you got plenty of room. And that way, Incaviglia, all he has to do is concentrate on catching the ball. Doesn't have to worry about the wall or anything else. That's how you work together in the outfield.
He made a fine running catch on that. Here's Gilkey. 0 for 3 off Schilling. Kurt really handled him today. Had him confused. He was topping balls in the infield. That's the best we've seen Phillies pitch Gilkey in a long time. 1 ball and no strikes for Mason. Low 2-0. Mason's not missing by much.
Kind of reminded me on how Greg Lazinski used to play left field with Gary Maddox out there. When the ball was hit, Lazinski just turned and say, "You got it, Gary."
Gilkey tops it foul third base side. Bull was one of those guys who was a lot like Incaviglia, though. He'd catch what he'd get to. Incaviglia probably runs better than Greg. But both huge guys playing that outfield. 2 balls and 1 strike on Gilkey. Shot, base hit left field. Incaviglia fields it on 2 hops and gets it back in. So Bernard Gilkey, it's tough for the Phillies to throw an 0-for on him. And here comes Ozzie Smith with Langford to follow, and West up in the bullpen. West came in and struck Langford out as a pinch hitter last night. Gilkey sometimes a threat to run as we look at David West. Stolen 10 bases in 18 attempts. Ozzie today 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. A lot of balls to the shortstop today while Schilling was on the mound.
Hey, Langford, you got a big foul.
Kim Baptiste is playing just about a step behind the bag and near the line at third. Ozzie has a big hole on the left side as they're trying to prevent against him slapping a ball down the line for extra bases. 1-0 to Smith. He likes to pull the ball when he's ahead in the count, and he did. Chamberlain will keep Gilkey at second. That's Ozzie Smith. When he's ahead in the count, he tries to hook the ball almost every time, and he got something off speed that he could do it on.
And also the fact that Gilkey was being held on at first base gave him a wide hole to shoot through.
Here's the pitch.
You see the ball, it's a breaking ball up in the strike zone.
And now Fergosi's going to bring West into the game as he did last night and see if he can get Langford again. Fergosi makes a long walk to the mound. Roger Mason will pitch 2/3 of an inning. And it's going to come down to these bullpens again today. Roger Mason leaves. David West on his way from the bullpen, and we'll be back right after this.
On completing the rear axle assembly diagrams using a 9-inch gripping wrench, tighten the C diagrams and secure the frame extenders to the housing mount. Congratulations, you built a tricycle. While the simplest things can be made complex, the challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile, with straight answers, clear explanations, and with no assembly required. Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Can Texaco System 3 gasolines help make a difference in performance?
System 3 performs in a car the way I perform in a car.
With System 3, anybody can perform like Mario Andretti, but not in my county.
Every grade of Texaco System 3 performs in cars both new and old.
They do? Well, no wonder we're getting the horsepower we should be getting. Isn't that right, Auntie?
Count on System 3 for performance in your car.
Dad, could you drive like Mario Andretti?
Well, there are the totals on the ball game. The Cardinals have now out-hit the Phillies 6-5. Phillies still lead by 2, but they're in trouble here in the 8th inning as St. Louis has 2 men on base and 1 out with the dangerous Ray Langford coming to bat. And here comes David West, leads the club in appearances with 46, 60 strikeouts in 59 and 2/3 innings. He struck out Langford as Langford came out as a pinch hitter in last night's ball game, that coming in a key spot. The on-deck batter is Todd Zeal. Well, a red-hot month of entertainment's coming your way this August on Prism. You'll see the Phils in 9 exclusive home games against the Expos, Mets, Rockies, and the Reds, plus great movies like A League of Their Own and Mo Money. Exclusive Phillies action and great movies only on one channel, the August on Prism, the only place to be in the summer of '93.
Well, those are some great movies.
They got a pretty good lineup for August. A lot of Prism games for the Phillies. And a very important situation right here as Ray Langford bats. He struck out twice off Schilling looking, and then tripled high off the wall in right center, scored the Cardinals' first run last inning. Good speed on the bases, and Bernard Gilkey at second, Ozzie Smith at first, and now Pratt and West need to talk it over.
I want to thank Muggsy's again, dropping by, bringing all the announcers here in the Philly booth some cheese steaks.
Smell good in here all of a sudden.
It sure does. All of a sudden, we turned around and cheesesteaks and chicken cheesesteaks. So we want to thank all the people down at Muggsy's, Pashuk and Tasker, for dropping off a big batch of these sandwiches.
West's first pitch to Langford is a good breaking ball over for a strike. That's what he struck him out on last night after a couple of fastballs. He froze him with that pitch. Gilkey at second. And Ozzie Smith at first. Another one misses outside, 1-1. Larry Anderson has been pitching a lot lately, and he is not up in the bullpen. So it looks like West is in here even for Zeal. 55884 this afternoon. Huge business person special crowd. Another perfect pitch to Langford, right on the outside corner, 1-2.
That's tough. You get in there in a left-hander, you're looking for something really on the inside part of the plate. You're looking middle in, and when West paints that corner on the outside, you got to give it to him. It's not a very good pitch for an average kind of guy to hit.
Yeah, Langford's looking for something to jerk too right now, and he stayed away from him all 3 pitches. See what Pratt does here. Laid off at 2-2.
888.
46 plus last night, 45 plus the night before. Here comes the 2-2 to Langford. He got that one in a little more than he wanted that time, and Langford had a shot at it, fouled it off.
I think he wanted that a lot more inside.
You see Langford's reaction too, because he knows he finally had a ball middle in to hit and didn't hit it. And you see Ray Langford against left-handers, facing left-hander West. Fly ball to left, pretty deep, but there's room for Incaviglia near the line, and it just drifted foul. Just over the fence. Incaviglia was just about ready to catch that, and it kept floating and floating, and finally went out of play, and Incaviglia banged his arm on it.
You can see him gauging, and he thought he had a chance, and you can see right there.
He thought he had it. He was reaching to catch it. So Langford stays alive. Incaviglia tries to shake off the effect of running into that fence.
He hit his elbow on the mesh up there, the wire mesh. To send a couple of shock signals into your shoulder.
2 balls and 2 strikes again to Langford. Big lead by Gilkey at second. He struck him out. A foul tip held on to by Pratt, and West comes in and gets Langford again. 2 outs, but there's still the dangerous Todd Zeal to get through.
Good pitch by West. You can see Langford looking for something out over the plate. Maybe he's looking for a breaking ball. He started to swing, then you can see him hold up. You can see the high leg lift. A lot of players will do that to make them wait back on an off-speed pitch. Langford looking for something off-speed, got the heater and foul tipped it.
Well, West has to be very careful with this guy. Here's the pitch to Zeal. Breaking ball, low, ball 1. The on-deck batter is a right-handed batter, Brian Jordan. With Anderson not in the game at this point or even warming up, that must mean that he's not available today as we look at Jordan. So David West, that's his spot right now to try and get out of this inning and preserve this for Schilling and the Phillies. Low, 2-0. Todd Zeal takes 2 tough pitches and gets ahead. Zeal leading the Cardinals with those 62 runs batted in. And he's had a good series. All 3. And now Zeal takes a look at Bucky Dent to see if he's allowed to swing away. On deck is Jordan. Todd Zeal was taking all the way, and it's over for a strike.
You almost have to say to yourself, Zeal likes the ball up and out over the plate. Hits the ball well to right field. Let's say Maybe he's got to come in with this pitch. What do you think?
The outfielders are playing him really deep to prevent an extra base hit. And he hits it down the line, and it's hooking. Foul. Oh, baby.
Well, if you're going to come in, you better get way in.
Yeah, way in is right. I've always been a proponent of they're going to hit it out in this spot, hit it out the opposite field. But he didn't get it all, Avi. I mean, he hooked it right away, and it's foul. But it was too close.
Well, this is a time when you got that. If you got the good slider, you come down and in on it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will be off as Joe Torre looks on.
Of course, that's why I was a hitter and not a pitcher.
And here comes your ball game. There they go. Line drive, base hit, center field, Todd Zeile. 1-run scores, Ozzie Smith to third, and Zeile knocks in another one. And now it's a 1-run game. He is really clutch for the Cardinals right now. Mentioned the outfielders are really deep, so Dykstra had no chance there.
Well, 3-2. You know you're going to get a strike, and Zeile has hammered the Phillies in this entire series. He's been a hot hitter for the last 30 days or so. Got a pitch and drove it right back up the middle.
Todd Zeile's been carrying the Cardinals lately. And this hot streak they've been on in June and July, he has been the man for them, him and Witten. So here is Brian Jordan, 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and an infield hit. And he rips one into the press box. There's Jose De Leon throwing. Oh, 0-1 on Brian Jordan. The pitch to him. Grounded down the third base line. Batiste will knock it down. It's a tie game. Well, the Cardinals come back and tie this up. Batiste made a terrific play to just knock that ball down so it didn't get down the line. Brian Jordan gets the infield hit, and they've come all the way back now and tied it at 4, and Johnny Padres is on his way to the mound.
Well, for a while there, they were guarding the lines. I guess Batiste moved off the line. You could see he had to dive to knock that ball down. It was still a couple feet fair. But once he did dive, he saved the Phillies from having to look at runners at maybe second and third.
Cardinals showing you something of what they're made of right now as they tie this game with 2 outs here in the 8th inning in a game they desperately need. And now Gerald Perry's being called back. Could be Tracy Woodson coming out. Possibly Witten. We'll see. It's going to be Witten. Here comes Mark Witten, the bat for Perry. On the play, Zeile stopped at second base, of course. So the runners at first and second.
You know, Batiste doesn't stop that ball as deep as Incaviglia was playing. They might have had a chance to score Zeile had that ball gone down and hit off the facing of the fan section down there.
Mark Witten's 2 for 3 as a pinch hitter with 3 runs batted, and a shame of this is Curt Schilling gets a no decision. But he pitched a terrific game today, but we'll get nothing out of it except a few pats on the back, and also knowing that he's throwing well again. And now they need to get Witten. It's a tie game. I don't know how Pratt caught that. The Phillies in a little trouble right now. They're short out of the bullpen, as evidenced by what's going on in this inning, in that they haven't been able to use Anderson against his right-handed batter. Witten pops it up right side. Jordan near the stands. He does have room and makes the play. So they get the dangerous Mark Witten out. 2 runs in the inning on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left to the bottom of the 8th. A new game at 4-4.
My mama told me you better shop around, shop around. You better shop around. My mama told me you better shop around, shop around. You better shop around,
I always go to the shopping center 9 out of 10 people use.
The genuine New Jersey Belle Yellow Pages.
9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Barrett Lappy cover.
Did you know Texaco puts System 3 in every grade of gasoline?
System 3 gets high marks in every grade, which is a lot better than I ever did.
My dad says Texaco puts System 3 in every grade. I'm in the 4th grade.
Of course. That's why I always fill up with System 3. What do I look like? Don't say it.
Visit your Texaco station.
I can get the tires rotated, the car lubed, and still get home in time for the game.
Mow the lawn.
For unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
An ad for a roommate brought a stranger into Allison's life. Someone
Beautiful on you.
who shares.
Well, it's kind of fun having a girlfriend again.
Someone
Do you guys know when you'll be back?
who cares.
Where the hell have you been?
Someone who would kill to be her. Single white female.
Here's the pitch by David West that tied up Witten. See, it looked like a slider that he was trying to get it inside. He didn't, but he had enough mustard on it that Witten was a little slow off the bench, and Jordan was able to get over in foul grounds and pick it up. Here's the new first baseman for the Cardinals, Rod Brewer, and the new pitcher on the mound, the left-hander, Rob Murphy. There are his numbers. But the Phillies have let a game get away from them, and Schilling, who pitched an outstanding game, has nothing to show for it. Now, as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Cardinals have tied the game up at 4 runs apiece. They only have 2 hits. It's too bad for Curt Schilling to not be able to maybe pick up a win here, Chris.
Incaviglia will lead it off. Against Rob Murphy in a tie ball game. It'll be Incaviglia, Chamberlain, and Pratt. 3 right-handed batters. Swing way around the left center on Incaviglia, and he rips it down the line. That's a fair ball, and the fan does not touch it, and Incaviglia is going to stay at first. According to the umpire there, Wally Bell, that fan didn't touch it, and I guess he didn't, or he'd have 2 broken hands. And it came right out to Gilkey, and the Cardinals got a big break on that it wasn't a double.
Boy, he just crushes this ball. Look at this. You can see the ball ricochet off the stands down there, and the fans were leaning over, but none of them got a hand on it. Had they have, Phillies would have had Incaviglia at second.
Yeah, Wally Bell was right on the play and immediately said no, that the ball was in play, that no one had touched it. Here's Chamberlain. Wes has a 2-run home run in the ball game. That coming off the starter, Donovan Osborne. Gave the Phillies a 2-0 lead. Phil's led 4-0. Cardinals have tied it with 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. Cardinals also have a beleaguered bullpen working.
Murphy, pretty much a fastball, slider, changeup type pitcher. His fastball will run away from the right-hand batter. He'll also throw the slider down and in. On the left-handers, he likes to throw the slider away and keep the fastball running in underneath their hands.
Had a shaky inning here on Tuesday night. 1 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs. It's the game where the Phillies got the extra runs in the 9th inning to make that one a little easier, winning 10-7. Oh, he hit him. Wes Chamberlain is drilled by Murphy. That one had a hurt. Trying to come inside on Chamberlain, got him on either the left hand or wrist area.
But Chamberlain was looking for the running fastball away. It was a breaking ball. Not intentional, of course. No, you're not going to try and hit anybody with a breaking ball. But Chamberlain, if we get to the replay as we show, watch him leaning out over the plate, looking for that pitch away. See that? And all of a sudden the breaking ball comes right in and gets him up towards the left elbow area, maybe just above it. So he started to go into that pitch, and then he just couldn't get out of the way.
Oh yeah, right above the hand, got it. So hopefully Wes is okay with these left-handers coming. Now Todd Pratt's the batter in a bunt situation. Pratt tried to bunt on one time out on the coast and wasn't able to get it down with a couple men on. See if they put it on again. Have Incaviglia at second and Chamberlain at first with Stocker on deck. There is Incaviglia, who was a good runner for a big man.
I'll say one thing, if you're a nail biter, you don't have any nails left after this series.
It's a great series. It's just the way it should be. He's around a bunt, and he got it down nicely. Terrific bunt by Todd Pratt. Whoa, you know, the other day, Jay, he said, you know, the next time that happens to me, I'll get it down. I heard him tell Fregosi that because he was disappointed that he didn't do it for him the first time, and he makes a great bunt there.
Well, that's a little pressure situation right there. Bottom of the ninth tie ball game, and a beautiful bunt. Jyoti again. He squared around. See the bat head, how it's above the hands. He just lays the ball down. The only play Murphy has, and you saw Murphy slip a little bit there. He almost could have very easily thrown that ball away.
Interesting. Joe Torre's going strictly off percentage now. He's going to walk Stocker knowing that the Phillies only have left-handed hitters to come up. You wonder who they'll use. They have Eisenreich, Thompson, Morandini, and Dalton is going to be Dutch. As the crowd roars as Darren Dalton comes into the on-deck circle. Dalton off a huge game last night with 6 RBIs. And listen to this place now.
Well, it's tailor-made for Dalton. They have to throw strikes. There's nowhere to put him.
Got a base hit off Murphy the other night in the 8th inning. Knocked in a run. Dalton bats for West. Dykstra on deck. And Mitch Williams hoping he can come into the ball game. He's getting ready in the bullpen. By Pagnazzi on a breaking ball away. That would have been just fine. Cardinals with the infield at double play depth, playing Dalton slightly around towards left center in the outfield. We saw one of them last night.
Well, you can see the shot from our terrific cameraman out there in center field. Bernie has that camera. You see the catcher giving the signs. Dalton getting ready.
Foul off. So
Murphy put a little mustard on that one.
Got in on him, 1-2.
When you sit around for about 3 hours, you know, you come up off the bench, even though you can go in and swing the bat up a little bit, loosen up, do some stretching exercise, it's still not the same in facing that pitcher. We saw that with Mark Whitten in the previous half inning, where a fastball, he was a little bit behind on it, and he popped it up on the first base side in foul territory. Dalton a little bit behind on that last pitch.
Count is 1-2. Incaviglia is at third, Chamberlain second, and Stocker at first. Crowd trying to do a bird hooting on him right now.
Yes. Well, the count has shifted back into Dalton's favor. You know he has to throw him a strike. It's up to Dalton if he's looking in or away. Nowhere to put him. Dalton swings at ball 4. That pitch was way inside.
How about that groan that just went up? All those cheers and boy, what a fun series this has been. This is great. Meaningful baseball at the end of July. First and second place teams. It doesn't get any better than this. It's great. Late in the ball game, tied at 4. Bases loaded. See what happens. He walked him. Ball 4. Darren Dalton gets an RBI. His 78th of the year. Incaviglia trots home. Phillies lead it 5-4.
Oh, what a great at bat by Dalton. After the count 3-2, Murphy tried to run that fastball in on his fist. Dalton was so quick. He turned on that pitch, really a ball inside, and still pulled it down in the stands, as we see Eisenreich now going out to run for Chamberlain. And then Murphy came back with a breaking ball just outside, and Dalton took it. We have a lovely visit.
That's the manager's wife.
From the manager's wife, and is she excited?
The lovely Joni Fregosi just came in to say hi.
See you, Joni. Bye.
You could hear that kiss in the background.
I did.
Phillies bench very excited. The manager is too, probably. Here's Dykstra with him loaded. And it's outside, ball 1. Lenny last time with him loaded struck out. You know he'd like to get back at him. At 3:07.
We all heard that kiss. I just didn't want him thinking it was me. I was so excited.
I wondered who that was. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0 to Dykstra as Murphy's struggling. Rob Murphy the better. And Pagnozzi strolls out. Brewer. Here comes Coleman. And what do you say? Guy's been around, yeah, guy's been around as long as Murphy. He knows what the problem is. And now Mitch Williams is throwing in earnest out in the bullpen because he knows he's coming in, as the Phillies are ahead in this game by at least 1. There he is. No suspense now about what's going to happen.
Well, Dykstra again, a batter in the driver's seat with the count 2-0, nowhere to go. You know Coleman's out there telling him, look, you got to throw strikes, you got to challenge him. So Dykstra right now really has the opportunity to pick and choose. Lenny with a fabulous eye.
Murphy works from the stretch. Pitch to Lenny. Strike call. Strike on Lenny Dykstra with the bases loaded and a run in. Here's the pitch to him. Cooper left field. This ball's in for a base hit. Eisenreich scores. Doctor stops at third. Phil's lead it 6-4 on a bloop base hit by the dude.
What more can you say? The kind of year that Lenny's having, a fastball on the outside corner. Dykstra had opened up. But when you open up, you give away a lot of your power. He still kept his hands back, was able to bring his hands through and pick up another single.
And that's how it looks from 1,000 feet over the vet in the Gulf Oil airship. It looks like they're loaded up there, too. Not in the blimp.
Oh, well.
Duncan the batter. He's 0 for 4. Jordan on deck. Bases still loaded. The pitch. Broken back ground ball to short. Could be 2. It is a double play. Broke his bat, hit a ground ball double play, but the Phillies pick up 2 in the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We're going to the 9th at 6-4.
It's like having a Phillies ticket window come right to your home. Call 463-1000 and reserve your tickets in advance. No rushing, no waiting, no hassle. 463-1000. It's like having a Phillies ticket window right in your home.
#1 in America.
only your Quality Plus Ford dealer has the #1 selling car in America, the Ford Taurus. For a limited time, drive the Taurus for just $249 a month for 24 months. Loaded with value. $249 per month is a great payment on Taurus. Hurry, it's only available at your #1 selling Quality Plus Ford dealer.
5 of the top 10 sellers, all American built quality. See your Ford dealer today. Get behind the wheel and turn the key.
Columbia Pictures would like to take you out to the ball game for an all-star comedy.
They'll pay you $75 a week.
We only make 30 at the dairy.
Well, then, this would be more, wouldn't it? See, how it works is the train moves, not the station.
There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
My uniform bursts open, and oops, my bosoms come flying out.
You think there are men in this country who ain't seen your bosoms?
A league of their own.
Well, we have an abbreviated Major League Baseball scoreboard today. Florida beat New York at Shea. Jeremy Burnitz hit a solo home run for the Mets one-run. Montreal, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Houston later on. In the American League, Boston leads Milwaukee 6-1. Mo Vaughn a solo homer, a 2-run homer by Billy Hatcher. Ernest Riles has a home run in that game. Texas 2-0 over Kansas City. They are in the 4th inning now. Detroit, Toronto, Minnesota, Seattle. That should be quite a game tonight as Ken Griffey Jr. goes for the 9 home runs in 9 games, and Oakland at California. That is your Major League scoreboard. Changes for the Phillies. Jim Eisenreich stays in the game. He'll play right field. Darren Dalton remains in the game. He'll catch. And on the mound for the Phillies, Mitch Williams. As Williams will pitch in all 3 games in this series. He said he wanted to.
Well, he's got the opportunity, and one that means something right now.
Last night, not a save situation. The game on Tuesday night, he had a 3-run lead in the 9th. This one, he has a 2-run lead.
Hey, partner, check out the scoreboard. Now, if I was a lottery playing person, there sure are a lot of 2s up there, aren't there?
There were a lot of 2s in there.
A lot of 2s on this scoreboard today.
That's the way the scoring's gone. Phillies 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th. Cardinals 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. 6-4 Phils to the 9th. Luis Alicea will lead it off, followed by Tom Pagnazzi and then Rod Brewer due to bat. Although they have Tracy Woodson and Eric Pappas available. Alicea, Pagnazzi, and Brewer. And Mitch's first pitch is high, ball 1. Alicea will walk, so he'll make him throw a strike.
Be surprised to see Alicea taking up to 2 strikes because he's got to get on base. And his run means nothing right now. So the Cardinals need to get something started, and they got to get it going with their leadoff batter getting on.
And as Jay said, he'll probably take another one here to get the 2 strikes. I think Mitch could throw a BP fastball down the middle, and he'd take it.
He was taken all the way on that one. He still was inside. And the Cardinals coming right back as Johnny Padres runs out to have a look chat with Mitch Williams.
Yeah, this is one game we got to keep Mitch Williams under control. Very, very important game. The Phillies coming from behind. No, not coming from behind, but from a 2-2 tie in the 8th to go ahead in this game. And the Phillies are in trouble in their bullpen right now. They want to end this thing. They don't want to have to go into extra innings. Cardinals a little better equipped right now out there. A lot better equipped, in fact. And this is a game the Phillies need to get over. Pagnazzi, tough out. And Eric Pappas is in the on-deck circle to bat for Brewer. Pappas, a right-handed batter. especially the last couple of games, have been a couple of belly burners, and it's going to stay that way to the end, it would appear. Kim Batiste is on the line at third. Of course, Jordan is holding the runner Alicea on at first. It's 2-0 to Pagnazzi. The outfielder is all deep, guarding against an extra base hit. They need Mitch to throw some strikes, and he does there. Field and deep. Back goes Eisenreich. He says he has it. At the back, middle of the warning track, grabbed it. Pagnazzi hit a long way. One down.
Sure did. He waited and got a pitch he could drive.
I think everybody who wants the Phillies to win, we're very happy to see Eisenreich's hand go up then.
You see that pitch is right down the center of the plate. Pagnazzi really deep, and you can see Eisenreich, as Chris said, his hand went right up.
Not soon enough.
Yeah, a lot of whew.
Really, the way the ball's carrying too. Here's Pappas as a pinch hitter. Eric Pappas, the backup catcher, 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. Gilkey on deck. Ball 1. Batiste still over on the line at third. Big hole on the left side for Pappas.
I'll give you some encouragement, partner. Pappas in 135 at bats has grounded into 4 double plays. That's just happened to cross your mind.
Yeah,
I thought I'd throw that out to you.
Mitch doesn't throw a whole lot of them. No. That would be fine.
Unfortunately, the Phillies are 13th in the National League in double plays.
Now back 1-1.
The only team that has a worse double play record is the San Diego Padres.
That'll change if Stocker plays a lot more.
Well, that's one of the main reasons, because the Phillies have been shuffling shortstops in and out along with the second baseman.
Everybody wanted that one. Terry Tata said no. 2-1.
If you wonder who leads the National League in double plays, it's the Phillies' nemesis, the Giants. They have 122. Thank you.
High fastball.
Very high. So when you come off the bench like that, you know, you got to be aggressive. And sometimes you'll commit yourself to swing at a pitch that's really not close to the strike zone. And right there, you saw Pappas going out a pitch that was above his letters.
Mitch is in his high wire act right now. He got a lot of people itchy. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alicea probably will not run here, down by 2 runs. I think. We'll see. He does it. That one wasn't even close. Here comes Gilkey. And this is one tough out. Ozzie Smith next. Fregosi sitting there acting like everything's all right.
Yeah.
Knowing he's got nothing else, nowhere to go right now.
That's true. That's the situation the Phillies have put themselves in with Mitch Williams. You live and die with this guy. A lot of Maalox moments.
Bernard Gilkey, 2 on, 1 out. Both of them on walks.
It's like Mitch is trying to aim the ball now, doesn't he? He doesn't have that velocity he had. Trying to throw it up there like a dart.
Yeah, that sums it up. In fact, they just got him on his feet.
let him hit the ball, it's got a chance to be an out somewhere.
Then he almost threw it right by Dalton. So it's 3-1.
I noticed not too many people have left their seats yet.
Gilkey, a fly ball to right, and it's playable. That may not have been a strike. Eisenreich catches it. Alisea tags, goes to third. There are 2 outs now for Ozzie Smith. And he doesn't chase many bad balls. What do you think? Was that a strike?
That's pretty close. I think Gilkey was looking for that fastball on the inside part of the plate, Chris. Let's see if we can pick up the
3-1 pitch,
location.
Jay.
All right, let's see where it is. No, it's on the outside part of the plate. He was looking in, and he still swung at it.
Close.
Wow.
Wasn't like he had a swing at it.
Well, I think that they would have called that one a strike. I mean, it was within 2 feet of the plate. So.
Don't touch that. Ozzie 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. 2 outs in the 9th inning. He knew he'd take one. The guy on deck, Langford, leads the Cardinals in strikeouts and walks. In striking out and drawing them. Phillies hope he doesn't get up. 0-1 to Ozzie Smith. The pitch. Hard ground ball to second. Flip to Stocker. Oh, baby, he hold on to it. And the Phillies sweep the St. Louis Cardinals in just a great series as Stocker got a tough flip from Duck and held on to it. That guy had the broom out, and that's just what the Phillies did as Mitch Williams pulls another Houdini act and picks up his 28th save of the year. Jay, what a game.
I am at a loss for words after that inning.
Another 3-hour game. 3:30, 3 hours, and 3:12. And the Phillies sweep the Cardinals and lead the National League East by 7 full games. And we're going to take a breather and be back after this.
Only your Quality Plus Ford dealer has the #1 selling small car, the Ford Escort. Reliable and loaded with extras. Drive the Escort for just $199 per month for 24 months. Choose from 4 models, all at one low price. $199 per month. Only at your #1 selling Quality Plus Ford dealer.
5 of the top 10 sellers, all American built quality. See your Ford dealer today. Get behind the wheel and turn the key. Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts. The customer comes first.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Who's your favorite Philly? Darren Dalton?
No.
Lenny Dykstra? Terry Mulholland? Well, who is it?
Play Fanatic!
Everyone loves the Phillies, and every kid loves the Fanatic. If you're 6 to 12 years old, you could be the Fanatic's special pal at the August 14th Phillies-Mets game. You'll spend the 5th inning with the big green guy, and you'll get really excellent seats for the rest of the game. Send a postcard with your name, address, telephone number, and age to this address. It's a fantastic, fun-filled contest just for kids from your Fanatic friends at Prism. The Phillies, the Pirates. It's an Eastern Division showdown live from the Vet Friday night at 7:30 exclusively on Prism, the home game home of the Phillies.
The final totals on the ball game. You see the Cardinals out-hit the Phillies, but the Phillies hang on and sweep the series 6-7-0 for the Phils, 4-8-1 for St. Louis. David West winds up the winner in relief. Rob Murphy, the loser in relief. Mitch Williams Well, you saw it. It was quite a ninth inning, and he got his save, number 28, and Wes Chamberlain, number 9. Lenny Dykstra had another big ball game. Phillies leading 5-4 here in the 8th. Bases loaded. Murphy, the batter, a little looper to left field. Drops in for a base hit. Makes it 6-4. Lenny Dykstra 2 for 3 today with 2 walks, and he is our Texaco star of the game. We'll be back with more coming up right after this.